Hey everyone, welcome. This is DyanaRozay. How are all of you? Go ahead and let me know where you're from if you can hear me. I don't hear nothing. She's not on right. Not on right. Okay, hold on. Okay, trying to get my sound up, you guys. Okay. All right, you guys can hear me. I see that you are putting your city in the chat. Awesome. Philly's in the house. I see Montgomery, Alabama, Chicago. Hey, everybody. New Orleans, Special K, Detroit. Greetings, everybody. Ooh, Hawaii. Hi, Hawaii. Welcome. Seattle, Douglasville, Georgia. Hi, everybody. Maryland, Baltimore, Ohio, Cincinnati, New York. All right. The chat is jumping. We got 229 of you on so far. We've been on for a little over a minute, 131 likes. Go ahead, hit that like button for me, please. Hit the subscribe, become a member as well. I appreciate everybody for joining. Huntsville, Texas. Hi, how are you? Mexico by way of South Carolina. All right. The DMV, Bronx, New York, Alabama, Florida. This is so cool to have all of y'all join the chat. I swear, this is great. We got Canada in the house. Thank y'all. Orlando, Florida, Riley, welcome. Welcome to every one of you. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. Okay, so y'all, we got some business to take care of. We got some things to show you, things to talk about. Let's see, Tiffany Woodlow. Okay, so you guys saw the live yesterday. There's been so much going on since Christmas. I know you guys have been on other channels and getting tea. You've been getting tea from my channel. Thank you to everyone that is in the chat right now. We are going to talk about it, okay? We're going to start with Miss Mel because she has been the biggest bit of news, y'all. Melody is out here letting people know that she is with someone now. If you guys will thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. New member on the channel. The membership link is, if you're looking from your computer, it is right above or right underneath that menu bar. You can see it on the menu bar. And then it is also pinned in the description box if you wanted to join that way. But thank you to everyone for joining. Thank you guys for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Let's see. Thank you, Willette. Thank you, Miss Tanga J, for being a moderator. Thank you, Layla. You are so kind to me. This is the second time you have put up a huge super chat. We got $50 here. She said the children are with Melody enjoying movie night, but Martel is over there throwing shots and acting like he has the children. Some ain't right. Well, child, we're going to talk about it. I know what you mean by throwing shots. I saw that little post he made. I am definitely going to play it for all of you, anybody who may have missed it, okay? Where's my ink pen at? I have to keep some notes. So thank you so much. I was thanking Miss Tanga J also for being a moderator. I am trying to look. Linda, do you want to be a moderator? I'm going to make Linda a moderator, I think. She is someone I know who supports my channel. Let me know. Who else? S. McNeil. Yeah, you guys are cool. I'm going to put a couple of moderators in the chat tonight because I have been getting a whole bunch of little crazy messages from people. She said yes. Okay, let me make you a moderator. Let's see. One momento. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm moving a little slow, but we have all night to get it done, okay? I see Linda here. Linda is now a moderator. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Linda. And let's see, I need one more just to make sure that we keep the chat controlled tonight. Let's see, Cookie from the Shy. I know that you are a great supporter. Do you mind if I make you a moderator? Just hit yes, and then I'll get you in there. Let's see, Jennifer. Hey, everybody, welcome. Come on in. We're going to start with Miss Mel. I told you guys that just a second ago. We're going to start with her because, y'all, she shocked everybody. She shocked the internet coming out and saying that she is booed up, cuffed up for her song, right? And everybody was trying to figure it out. Like, who is this person? Let's see. Lotus Flower said he is over there acting like Knox, aka Maverick, can talk and say that the other children's name. He's hell-bent on comparing Knox to, is he saying that? Whew, is he saying that right now? Let's go on and share this page right now just to see, because y'all had no idea that was going on. Hold on. I said we're going to start with Mel, but let's go on ahead and start with Martell because it sounds like y'all got some juice on him. So 1 second, I'm going to share this screen. We're going to play what he was talking about earlier.
I want to be seen, and they spend so much time doing this. Sometimes they forget about their own spouse, let alone their own kids. I'm gonna tell you, I know so many people out there that are very successful, and the reason why they're successful is because they get so focused on out there making money, want to be famous, and want to be everywhere, want to be seen, and they spend so much time doing this. Sometimes they forget about their own spouse, let alone their own kids. I'm gonna tell you, I was wake up grateful every day. Covered in faith. I know so many people out there that are very successful. And the reason why they're successful is because they get so focused on out there making money, want to be famous, and want to be everywhere, want to be seen. And they spend so much time doing this, sometimes they forget about their own spouse, let alone their own kids. I'm going to tell you, I was wake up grateful every day, covered in favor.
Yeah, we hear it. Okay. So basically, it sounds like Martell was making a comment. No heat tea here, just trying to get caught up on their drama. It sounds like Martell was saying that he does not value money anymore, that he just wants that family and his children are more important. Y'all, I'm going to have to put some people in the comment section. I'm going to have to put some people, put the link in the chat for this one, because here's the crazy thing about this. If you guys listened to yesterday to his, because he don't value, if y'all listened to his live yesterday when Tank was talking about what kind of car he liked, what did he say to Tank immediately after Tank said what kind of car he wanted? Anybody, just say it in the chat, because this lets you know that this man cares about money just like everybody else. Okay, does anybody remember what he said? He reminded Tank that he owned a Lamborghini. That's right. He said it immediately. He was like, I don't care about appearances and all this stuff anymore. Child, the only reason to have a Lamborghini is because you care about appearances. The only reason to own a Lamborghini is because you want people to think a certain thing about you, right? Yes. That is so funny that he played that. He said that yesterday. And I mean, he barely got it out of his mouth. And he said, why do you want a Lamborghini? Because I used to own one. He let everybody know, right? And then today he's posting garbage about how, and it feels like that people are saying it was a slight at Mel, right? Let's see. Coco I said, Martell was fine when Mel was bringing in the money in the household. He's cray. Yeah, he didn't have any problem. He had no problem with Melody making money when he was spending the money. But now, okay, when he was driving Lamborghinis, that was cool. But now he's telling everybody that what's most important to him in these 2 short years that he's been divorced is that it's his children and his family. And his children and his family should have been just as important when he was out cheating. But you know, whatevs, I guess. I guess. Let's see. He's saying that he's trying to convince himself that he's not a loser. Martell doesn't value money now that he doesn't have any. He's such a joke. What he said was in the clip, it said, I'd rather have $1 million than have multi-millions and to be well known. So I don't know if he's also saying that he doesn't want to be on the show anymore or something like that. Let's see. All About Jazzy. She said he cares about appearances. In the video, he had his IG page. He was showing off his ride in his old town. That's true. But he basically telling us that he isn't making as much money without mail. That's what I took from it. Thank you, All About Jazzy. I agree with that. RSVP with Lori said, but I thought Martell claimed he was the force in their success. Yeah, and that's what he told everybody else that repeats it over and over and over again. But now he's saying that he's turned a new leaf, y'all. He's saying that the money isn't as important, even though you still got to work to make $1 million. I'm not sure what he meant by multi-millions. You still got to work to make $1 million. You're still going to be away from your family to make $1 million. That's all there is to it. If we could all make $1 million sitting around and doing nothing at the house, we'd all be doing it. That's a fact. Miss Aunt Ann, thank you. Martell's trying to make people feel sorry for him. Child, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Let's see. Essence Branch says that when a narcissist loses their main supply, they try to attack the supply by talking about the very qualities that helped them at one point. For sure. For sure. So you guys saw a couple of things, right? Ooh, we got a new member. Sorry about that. RSVP with Lori. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. We saw yesterday in the video, he had all the kiddos. He said that he couldn't get, I guess, across the bridge because of the snow. So I'm taking it that Huntsville does not get a lot of snow. And so they must have closed a part of the road. That's what he was saying. And because of it, he said that he had to, he decided to take a, I guess, little shortcut, and then the kids start walking the park because they thought the snow was pretty, all kinds of stuff, right? And then we saw little sugar mama, whose hands started getting cold. Her hands started getting cold, and I don't know why it did not connect for him that baby's hands were cold and that she needed to warm up. He was like, put them in your pocket. But once your hands get cold, they kind of get numb. It's painful for you. Even he was saying that his hands were cold. So I'm not sure why he didn't connect with the baby. But, you know, I don't know if that was a man thing or if it was, you know, a Martell thing. At first I was just like, is he just, this is the difference between mothers and fathers. Mothers would have connected right away that the baby needed some extra attention or, you know, to warm her hands up. And fathers don't always connect like that, even though I know he wanted to pretend like he did. Oh, we got another comment from All About Jazzy. She said he actually called it whining when Sugar Mama was crying about her hands. Oh, really? You know who else? You know where he gets that parenting style from, y'all? What did Melody say when she was talking on the show? And she was like, even if he was 7 or 8 and he was being bullied, she was like, would that be considered whining? And his mama said, absolutely. She did not hesitate. That's whining. I don't care how it comes or what age they are or what it's about. It's still whining. Whew. Let's see who else. Queen Supreme said, I believe he's throwing digs at Mel because she's hard at work, making millions, building her brand, and making her way into Hollywood. I think that he's hating on her success because she's achieving it without him. Yes. And if you guys are longtime followers of mine, thank you, Miss Queen Supreme. I agree with you. If you guys are longtime followers of mine, then you have heard me say on many occasions that it was going to be very hard for him to watch her do everything that she had planned to do together with him on her own. And he said that at the top of the season, that watching Melody, achieve her success was bittersweet for him. So, I mean, I think it would be bittersweet for any of us if we were in a relationship and we, ended up leaving that relationship for whatever the reason. Watching someone achieve those goals and dreams without you is a problem. And then Pretty Brown Eyes said, "Watch from the sidelines, sucker." Now we all remember Melody actually singing that in her song, right? Oh, child, that is hilarious. Watch from the sidelines. She had them lyrics set up. Okay, you can text for the kids. So I'm going to put the link in the chat just a second. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was Melody. There is a lot of rumors that Melody may be engaged. People were talking about this ring that she had on her finger. Let me pull it up. Let's pull up the photo. People said that that ring meant that she was engaged, y'all. Let me see if it's on this one. Okay. I can't see it from that one. I have to pull up another one. 1 second. But she has a nice size rock on her finger, and people are implying that she may actually have been engaged, because y'all remember she said, you guys will only find out that I have somebody when I'm actually married. But I think that she is trying to get ahead of a whole lot of things. She's just ready to claim somebody. And I think the last time when she came out and said, that she was attached, when she said, I had somebody, that was when, right after the show, right after that episode from Destin aired, and she said, yo, I'm not trying to be with anybody else. I'm not sure why I can't find it. Where's my picture? Hold on 1 second. I don't know if you can see it in this photo. Let's see what you guys are talking about. I don't know if you guys can see it in this photo. She has a ring on her finger. And I think this is the one that you guys are talking about. I know she had a diamond ring in the photo where she did her little photo shoot. In this one, she had a ring on her finger as well. She had a diamond on each hand. But I think someone asked her about this ring the last time, you guys. Somebody asked her if she was engaged, and she definitely said she was not, that ring is just something that was one that she liked and that she was putting on her hand. If you guys remember that, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I remember her saying that. Shirley Jefferson said Martell is going to get worse if she is engaged, and also if she got a man. Well, she definitely has a man, and I think that he was aware of it when they were in Destin. I think that either some kind of way it was dropped, and I think that that was also the reason why we kind of saw him flip out. We saw him flip out, period. We saw him flip out with her that entire time after the Destin trip. He went online, he started to, he exposed that he was taking her. She was the one who said it first. She said, Martell's taking me to court for full custody. That's when Martell, I think that weekend following Melody saying that, did this whole thing where he posted, like, he kept doing these posts and deletes, but it was like tons and tons of information that somebody was helping him post. But it was basically rehashing every single thing that they should have already had gotten over prior to the trip. Correct. Powerful being the YouTube review queen. She said it started spiraling right after that trip, for real, for real. Exactly. That's how I remember it. Trip happened. He was giddy. He thought he was getting his family back. Somewhere in the trip, he realizes it's never going to happen. Trip ends. And the thing happened with him telling who about COVID. And then it was downhill from there. He was trying to attack Melody every chance he got. Hey, Jeanette. She is a member. Just wanted to give her a shout out. Let's see who else. Sister Girl Speak said, And that fool said in his live that he wants more children. Ladies, beware. That's the last thing he needs. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this, $1 million and how many kids would that be? Six or seven more children? Interesting. Interesting. Let's see what else y'all got going on. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. We know that he said something about the phones. We know that he made it seem like he didn't want his the children around certain people. People assumed it was his Mel's brother and his husband, but maybe it was about Mel's new man. Maybe he was insinuating things. Not that it was true. I don't want to put that out there, but he said something really key when he was talking to Destiny, and that's that he's not met any of Mel's babysitters. And then he goes, and when she asked, hey, have you introduced her to Sheree? He said, no, I don't have to. It's none of her business. Sheree's a nice person. And y'all, if y'all haven't been paying attention, Sheree and her, I mean, honestly, they're not together anymore. Sheree has had like at least 15 parties at her house between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and he has not been invited to not one of them. Okay. And she's had Peter Thomas there. She's had all kinds of people there. And they have been amazing. Tanga said that she believes that AC is pregnant again. So maybe he is giving us a clue like, oh, I want more children because you know who is pregnant again. I have not seen that, but that is the rumor I've heard about. I've heard that rumor a couple of times. Let's see what else is going on. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the Scotts. I'm going to play this clip. First, I'm going to set it up. Let's see. Yes, Marcus read Hotel for Filth with a presentation on a dry erase board. I do remember that. So I'm going to set this scene up with the Scotts. Y'all know that the Scotts, all these clips have been coming out. It's kind of focusing on the Scotts in the clip. We hear Martell say, hey, you went to, Africa without Tisha. So, you're sitting here acting like you trust him. Did you trust him when he was going to Africa? We hear Carlos King ask a question, ask Kiki if she knows anything about Marsau cheating. And then we hear them ask Mel if she paid someone to come on the show to say that he was cheating. And Melody said no. And she was like, I didn't pay nobody. But you never know exactly what people will make up, to cover their tracks. And then after she says that, she's trying to explain the story about what this woman was going to tell. And of course, we hear Marsau shut her down before she can get the words out of her mouth. So that was quite interesting. But you guys, if y'all remember in season 3, Pacino Rules said, are the Scotts 1.0 doing damage control before the reunion? Yes, and that is exactly what I wanted to tell you, is that y'all remember in season 3 when Tisha showed up at the hotel where Marsau was staying. I think they were in Houston at the time. Tisha came in with a negligee and an overcoat. That's it. Sat on Marsau's lap, try to, warm up to him and get him to, be just a little bit, into her. And he was like, that's not his thing. He doesn't do that on camera. Even Maurice backed him up and said that wasn't his thing. So now I'm going to show y'all how it's all of a sudden has become their thing, because I'll be damned. It's interesting. You can tell exactly when someone is trying to do some damage control when they do stuff like this. Check this out. Now, if you're not paying attention, Tisha is grinding her hiney into his parts. Now, that's supposedly something that Marsau doesn't like. He doesn't like that public affection kind of thing. But it didn't stop him in this scene, literally days after that clip came out. Now, all of a sudden, he's fine with Tisha grinding, bumping and grinding. In fact, if anybody paid attention to that party, and if anybody paid attention to Tisha and Marsau's ugly sweater party, they stayed really close to each other, and they were doing a lot. Okay, a lot of touching, a lot of PDA. I think they might have even kissed a few times, and I kept saying, "This is so unlike them." Um, and I also remember Marsau being very clear that the business that pays him is the Scott Sculpt. It isn't the show. So he always has been, I don't want to do X, Y, and Z on the show, but he don't mind doing it on social media. That's interesting. That's interesting. Are you saying that I'm lying about it, Miss All Things Entertainment? You're okay with disagreeing with me, but I think that that is interesting. Let's see who else has something to say. There's a lot of emojis that is saying absolutely never. Pretty Brown Eyes said she could do without it. But I wanted to know what y'all thought about that, okay? Because they do that quite a bit. They do that quite a bit. I'm going to get some comments in here. I'm going to bring some people up to chit chat about it. Angie, well, I'm going to tell you, Angie, if that is the rumor, I can tell you guys this. I think I was the first to share on YouTube because I had listened to Carlos King's podcast where he had said Marsau was threatening to quit the show after season 2, I believe, because of things in their relationship. And he said after that, he said, go ahead, film everything in your businesses, get as much promotion as you can for your businesses. Just when something comes up, be honest about it. After season 3 wrapped, Marsau had put out the picture of the boys' trip. So if the intention was not to bring in, attention to himself, because of the cheating rumor, it seemed weird that he would put it out there so that people can talk about the cheating rumor again before season 4 happened. And I asked you guys then, I was like, is he purposely putting things into on social media now because he wants people to think something different? That was my thoughts. You guys let me know what y'all think. But I'm going to drop this link so that if you guys want to come up and talk about it, we can talk about it. So it is now pinned. And if you guys want to come up and talk, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these cell phones. Let's talk about the possibility that Melody may be married. Let's talk about Stormy, because I forgot about that. But let's talk about Stormy and what her mama has recently said. I got Pretty Brown Eyes up. I'm going to bring you up. Hey, how you doing, girl?
Hey, happy holidays. So now you know I had to come up and say what I had to say.
Okay. Are you guys getting feedback? If you are, let me know.
It's an echo.
Are you guys getting feedback? If you are, let me know. Okay, hold on one second.
It's an echo.
Are you guys? Okay, I gotta find some headphones so that I can make sure I hear you guys. Okay, Jazz, or not Jazz, I'm sorry, Pretty Brown Eyes. Can you hear me now?
Let me unmute. Is it okay now? Hello?
Hey.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm not sure what is going on. For some reason, I keep getting feedback, but I can hear you okay. Hopefully it's not a problem. I just put on some headphones to see if I could pull it back. I'm getting a thumbs up, so it sounds like everything is better. So go ahead.
Okay, well, happy holidays, DyanaRozay.
Happy holidays.
Thanks for bringing me up. Where do we start?
Where do you want to start, girl?
Okay, I want to start with first of all, Martell is just complete trash. I hated the way he treated that baby. He wouldn't pick her up. He made her walk all that long way in the cold. I'm just so disgusted. I hope Mel
Right.
gets full custody. Um, what else? Um, as far as the Scots and everything that you just talked about, they're trying to do damage control. They're trying to spin a different narrative. I don't think that that same deal that they had before is still going on now because Carlos is now being messy or whatever Mel talked about allegedly with the big wigs. Um, it's making everybody tell their own story.
Right. And they're supposed to change the entire storyline. For what I'm understanding, they're not doing as much of that anymore.
Well, are they gonna notify social media? Because it seems like everybody is spinning the narrative back towards Melody again.
Right?
They're throwing rocks, hiding their hands. Well, not even necessarily hiding their hands, but they're throwing rocks and trying to hit Melody, and she's apparently bulletproof because she has fans such as yourself and myself and everyone in the chat.
Hmm.
And it's a lot of backlash going on, and now everybody's, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, however, it just seems very convenient that everybody's claiming these mental health issues when
Okay.
the backlash comes.
Hold on one second. I'm being told that there is an echo in the chat.
Okay.
So one second again, okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Hmm.
Maybe I came up too fast.
No. Actually, my computer is frozen. Okay, is there still an echo? Now there's no echo. You're good.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't know where it started echoing at, but I'll just start here. It just seems that it's very convenient that everybody could start all this stuff with Melody, and then when the backlash comes, they're claiming mental health issues very conveniently, and then they're all blaming her for the reaction of the fans based on their reaction to Melody. I mean, it's like you can't do stuff and then expect the fans not to react. And then since they're not reacting in your favor, now you're claiming mental health. But on the same token, you're dancing with $50,000 in your hand and doing all of this stuff and talking like you're the big dog and you nobody has got enough to come towards you. But as soon as a few people don't want to buy your products, now it's Melody's fault.
Yeah, listen, this is my thought on this too. I don't listen to a lot of YouTube channels. I'm very selective about what I listen to because I know that it can be overwhelming to get as much information. And I say that that's for me. I know a lot of people can listen to it and can go in one ear and out the other. But if when I go on to Facebook or sometimes some of these IGs, the hatred for Mel is wild to me. And she never reacts or responds to it. You know what I'm saying? In the way that I
Right.
see the other cast members do. And sometimes I'm like, are these the other cast members that's disguised as people? They will talk about the woman, I mean, literally her insides, her outsides, her children, her mama. They put pictures up comparing her to, certain things, and she can glide right over that and continue posting whatever she's posting. um it rolls right off her back. I've never heard her say, I mean, outside of the people that we saw on the show, and literally it was pretty much the cast outcry at that point, like, whoa, what is this? Why is, how did we get here from from third season. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
connected. But outside of that, I've never seen Melody say, I'm tired of the fans. I'm tired of Scott fans saying X, Y, and Z about me. And baby, some of those chats and some of the YouTube channels are specifically ran all about hate channels for Mel. I don't know if y'all have seen them.
I
I've
have.
seen
I've
them.
left several groups due to the
Okay.
negativity.
You've left several groups. So
Yes.
people, I know people sometimes will say, "Oh, you run a Mel are you on Mel's payroll?" I'm not. I just know what's fair, and
Right.
in where I'm standing, she's not doing anything that requires all of this. Everybody can be messy. Nobody's perfect. Everybody can say something, but some of the stuff that happens against her is much different than what happens to the rest of the cast, whether they think so or not.
It's
It
con-
started with her. She's the main person. I have a lot of you in the back, and I appreciate that. Y'all just stay on for me because I'm gonna try to bring you on one at a time to avoid some of the feedback. Um, but yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Pretty Brown Eyes. Say what you were
Oh no,
saying.
no, 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 you're fine. I mean,
Yeah,
because you feel as passionate about it as I do. I almost feel like she's a family member, and it's just because I'm just tired of the bullying.
right,
And the problem that really gets me is that it's like everybody can say everything they want to say.
right,
Marceau came out when he thought Melody was crying about what was going on with social media bullying her,
right,
and he made the statement, it's lonely at the top, and then his wife could come out unwarranted and say, well, oh well, if you're really blessed, or I'm paraphrasing obviously, but if you're
mhm,
blessed then you won't tear somebody else down in the process. Oh, you must be
right.
talking about your husband, because he's the only one that tears people down, or excuse me, tears Melody down. And even she tore Melody down, when they laughed at her custody battle. So it's almost like everybody can do whatever and say whatever they want to say, but as soon as the backlash comes, oh, Melody's sicking her fans on everybody, but Melody's sitting back saying, hey, leave them people alone, y'all watch the show, don't boycott, do all of this, and she's giving the show grace that it doesn't necessarily deserve,
And,
but it
you're
they're
right. And
targeting they're just targeting her.
I'll also say it's everyone else's family members that targets Melody as well. Melody's mama has never came after anybody on the show, or her brothers, or no one's ever done that outside of her family, her cousins. I've never seen it. And so this is what's crazy. Look at Lemon Lover's picture, child.
Go ahead and read it. Just go ahead and read. I
Um,
can't see it.
it says it's unreal how many people hate Mel and her mom, and they are the most respectful and loving people on reality TV.
I
And
agree.
listen, I said the same thing. I was like, I don't know if people just aren't paying attention. I don't bring every little detail of what's negative out there about Melody to my channel because, it's not necessary.
It gives it
Um,
legs.
exactly. It gives it legs. But if you, and I know people are like, well, all Melody had to do was say, I wasn't talking about Stormy. Do you have any idea the stuff that was going on in Stormy's comment section and the things she was saying before it even got there? I mean, literally, people were coming over and she's, going back and forth with them. And not to mention, Stormy's mama has been out there saying a whole lot of nasty things before before Stormy was even on the show. And then after she's on the show, you'd think she'd pull back just a little bit because her daughter is on the show, but And I find that interesting that they expect Melody to always course correct people. No, it's not necessary. You guys are on a reality TV show, you know what it's about. Um, and if you say something dirty, then okay, the fans might say something back to you. But if you was really about your money, you would just move on. Mary Lou said, "Thank you, Diana. Everyone on the show is against Mel. It's ridiculous." And I appreciate you, Mary Lou, for the super chat. And then we have someone who just became a member. I apologize. Let's get you up here. Bridget Owens, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. But I do want to say to everyone, if you're listening to my channel, let's see how many people are on this live right now. 1,285 of you
Wow.
are
Congratulations.
watching. 517 likes. Go ahead and hit the like button. I truly appreciate it. There are a lot. I'm just going to tell y'all, everybody who's listening, there is a lot of Facebook blogs, YouTubers, IG blogs that is solely dedicated to talking about Melody in the worst way. If
Disparaging.
you're a
Yes.
fan of that type of commentary, I don't know how you guys miss it. You find yourself to my page. I appreciate that. But if I'm not saying what you guys like, there are plenty of blogs. I can give y'all some referrals if you like. But yes, at the end of the day, the things they say and how she lets that mess just go over her head. She does not blink. She gets on her live. She talks her talk about whatever it is she's doing. And she has never cried about it. Okay. That includes Martell's baby mama, who always is doing something over the top and
Oh my
ridiculous.
God.
She keeps it with him, even though we got to see her response to it on the show. Even then, she wasn't disrespectful. She didn't call the girl out her name. She didn't say nothing other than that's your, situation. You should be handling it. You don't bring my business to her knowing that's not who we are. And I agree with that. So
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. And I guess the last thing, since I know is people waiting to come up, I just feel that it's like, okay, y'all saying everything you want to say. Stormy's mom just today is still doubling down on, oh, I'm just on vacation, I'm coming back, just wait.
yeah, I
She's
got that.
still talking trash.
I
And your
actually saw that.
daughter is so-called threatening to leave this world, and you are still starting mess. Like,
Yes.
really, it just really makes you wonder, okay, uh Marsau said he was going through depression, so he had to go to Africa for a month.
Mm-hmm.
uh
Mm-hmm.
Destiny was crying. She wanted the same empathy that we were giving Melody, because she got a
Mm-hmm.
kid and she's going through whatever. And then now Stormy is saying, okay, well, if it wasn't for my son, I would leave this world.
Right.
But you still have time to throw shade every chance you get, and you still have time to do all of this stuff. So I'm just really calling BS, teacher voice, on a lot of what they're claiming as mental health issues. Even AC claimed mental health issues because of the air quote show. But then you turn around and then you just start throwing shade at Mel, as if she's the reason of the problem. I mean, that was her husband that you were with.
Yeah. That's the
So
crazy part, right?
how are you mad at her for forgiving her husband? I guess she didn't give him to you. I don't know. Dana, I don't know. I'll let someone else come up, but it's just very mind-boggling to me how they can just do all of this stuff to her, and she's just supposed to take it, not say anything back. The entire cast is against her, and throwing up subliminal and even direct post, and she's just like a duck, letting it just flow off her back with
She
grace.
really is. And I wanted to say that tonight. So I'm glad that you came up so I can have that conversation. But yes, when I see how many people are like, all she had to do is, if you had any idea, and I'm reading Jeanette Stewart's comment, when an individual masters self-control and personal emotions, per what people say, applaud yourselves. Elevation is bliss, peace, and freedom. When I tell you that this woman has never let it stop her making a dollar, it says a lot. And if people would just, I don't care what the rest of the cast says, when they're like, oh, well, she did. There is a whole, everything that they're saying, there are pages of people, of blogs dedicated to
I've seen
hating
them.
male 24 hours a day. I don't care what time you log on. There is a fresh comment that has just posted saying something raggedy. Okay.
I'll just say this real quick. I
Uh-huh.
even was in a group where I would I did a trick. Like I made a negative post about Melody. It got approved, and I
Oh,
deleted it immediately. But I made a
wow.
positive post, and they would not approve it. I was just
Right.
seeing if it was just one of those type of groups, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I left. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's just ridiculous at this point, and I
Right.
just don't understand why the network or Carlos or whatever won't do anything to wrangle his characters in. And if Stormy is so called has these mental health issues prior to the show, then maybe you don't need to be on the show. You need to be in somebody's Shay Lounge chair working out your issue,
Right. I
not
agree.
arguing in every social media group, you and your mom
Right. I
against
agree.
the main cast member.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Miss Joyce Miles, thank you. She gave a super chat saying Betty Boop is playing with karma when it comes to Mel and the God. Okay. So I wanted to post that. Yes, let's see how many people we have. There is a lot more of you now. There's
I'll go ahead and drop. I'll go ahead
1,358.
and drop for you, so
Okay.
you can let someone else come up.
I
I mean, I'll
appreciate
come
you,
back.
Pretty Brown Eyes.
I'll be in the bushes down there.
In the chat. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you. I appreciate you.
no problem.
Kathy Colbert has become a new member of the channel. Thank you, Miss Kathy. I appreciate you. Um, I'm adding Clarissa to the, and I don't know why your names are not showing up. I apologize because I do have the tab on to show your names for some reason. But thank you so much, Kathy Colbert. And then Miss Clarissa, I'm going to show this little comment. I saw this earlier today on Hey Girl Hey's channel. So I'm going to post this. Hold on. Let me take this down 1 second so you guys can see everything. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Okay. So you guys, what Pretty Brown Eyes was talking about is this comment right here. Someone said, do we know if Betty is going on a break as well? And she jumped in those comments and she said, nope, just celebrating the holidays. See you soon. Okay. So she basically wants everyone to know, can't stop, won't stop. I guess that's how that goes. So what do you have to say about all of this? Miss Clarissa?
Hi, Miss Diana. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. I really just something that's really bothered me, and I always enjoy your platform, and you're pretty open to all opinions, so I like to talk to you. Something that's been really on my mind lately with the Meg Thee Stallion stuff and kind of watching things going on with Mel for a while.
Mm-hmm.
The way that Black women are viewed as promiscuous and as sexual beings constantly by society.
Always.
Yet, but one of the things that bothers me is though, when it comes to Mel, and it's really confusing to me as a woman and as a mother of children, of multiple young girls. Mel was cheated on by her husband, and yet everyone around her calls her a hoe, a 304. They're always making comments about her sexuality and about her being a sexual being. And so I started to look at the comments. I started to go through the groups and stuff. And something I noticed is people make comments like, don't nobody want Tisha, don't nobody want Kimmy, don't nobody want these other people. So it's almost as if they punish Mel for the way they view her versus of the way Mel views herself. And it's kind of really alarming to me that most of it is Black women. It really bothers me that so many Black women just want to tear her down. I don't understand where it came from, but I got to tell you, it's one of the most confusing things I've ever seen. And I just wish little Black girls didn't grow up being treated promiscuously and treated like they are sexual beings. And we literally are watching it happen. Like Meg Thee Stallion, they've talked more about her sexual life than they have about the fact that she was shot. Skip all the rest of it. Everybody talks about that. And so it's just, it's very disheartening to see the way Black women treat Mel. And it's because Mel represents all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it isn't that it's Mel, it's that look how easy people will turn on you. You see how quickly somebody will turn on you? That's crazy.
I'll say this. I agree with everything that you said. And, there's a history behind us promiscuous from the very beginning of being brought here, you know what I'm saying? And, having horrible things happen to us and it never being the person's fault, the abuser's fault. It's our fault. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a horrible way of thinking that has been passed down. And we unfortunately will say it against each other. We absolutely perpetrate the exact same violence and ignorance that others have done to us for centuries, and that is where that comes from. Thank you, Tracy Pugh, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. And it's unfortunate, and I agree with you 100% on that. It's 100% unfortunate that we have to do that, even still.
And I mean, and for me, it's a bizarre reaction to, like, I want to ask these people, like, do you hate yourself? Like, what is it about her that, you know what I mean? Instead of her being somebody that makes you think, God, I can do anything, like, man, I can overcome anything. It's all like, well, how she do it and why she do this, and I don't like the way she hold her head, and it's just, there's something really negative about the energy that is spewed at her, and that she like has this fortress, right? Like the negative energy doesn't get to her, it just rolls off her back. But I just feel like people treat her like she's inhuman. And Tisha cries, and oh my God, Tisha crying, gotta save her. And there's something there that is really, that I'm not a psychologist, you know what I'm saying? I don't observe people, so I'm sure there's somebody that's gonna come on after me that really understands people, but there's something wrong there. But before I jump off, because I don't want to take too much time, because you got a lot of people. Stormy has multiple personality disorder. Okay, I don't know a lot, but I know about that book. She has multiple personality disorder, and I mean that wholeheartedly, because depending on what skit she's in, depending on what state she's in, she's a completely different person. She is a completely different person depending on what mood she is in. And that is very odd to me. She will be on Facebook under comments that her mom is posting on, and she'll be saying, I'm a good person. Ma'am, you and your mom is on here attacking somebody who's not attacking you. And so I don't know. I kind of feel like Stormy is kind of like Arionne. If you stop talking about her, she'll go away.
Well, here's the thing with her too, and I agree with you. It took me by surprise. If you guys have, again, if you are on my channel, if you listen to my videos, I never gave Stormy any smoke, because I think that people are who they are. At the end of the day, thank you, Felicia, for the super sticker. I think people are who they are, and I just I didn't understand it. And like I said, I've seen things happen in her comment section, but I was paying attention to Melody, and she wasn't responding to any of it. I saw her mom, like when Stormy's, I don't know what it was, that deer had gotten lost or something. Stormy's mom had gotten into her comments. I think Melody's mom had gotten into the comments and said, I'm so sorry. I saw Melody's friend, Derica, Dr. Derica, get into the comments and say, she's been liking things that Stormy posts. So I was just like, well, if these people are really close to Melody, then Melody's cool. I didn't think anything of it. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all saw things that I chose to ignore. And I didn't think anything of it until that went down for that reunion or the finale. I was like, ooh, where did this come from and why? And I still feel that way. But I also have shared with you guys, Stormy responds to all things on Facebook for the most part. I shouldn't say all things, but a good majority of things. I think the last time I saw her comment literally was Sunday, and someone said something about her hair being fake. They did not at her. They didn't anything. They said, I think she was wearing a weave and she's playing y'all. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know she jumped into those comments? No one added her. No one said anything. She just jumped into the comments like, no, not true, blah, blah, blah. So I know that she follows it closely. I think she's always been that way because she calls herself the marketing or the guru, whatever, marketing guru, marketing queen. And I think that's her thing. So I think she wants that to be her thing. But I just didn't pay attention to her like that. So all the stuff that I'm learning about Stormy now is because you guys have shared it with me, saying that she's had a history of certain things, and you know, I did not know that. I was under the impression that she was going to come onto the show as to replace the Whitlows, and that she was going to, you know, be the next couple and share her story. I had
It
no
was that, I
idea there
think
was
it
that much animosity.
was it maybe it was, I don't know what scene it was, because I only been catching clips, but she went from like being totally normal to like about to fight and stuff. You all normally you like, oh, that's cool, she bout it, right? But then you started thinking like, wait a minute, she was feeding a deer out of her hand. How can a person who
Right,
feed a deer out of her hand jump up and be? And so I'm like,
right,
and so then I
right,
started thinking like, that's how you be two people, and then three people, because she's a completely different person when she's in her marketing mode. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't know. And again, this is
right.
just an opinion, but there's something about her that is off, because I've watched her hold food in her hand and bring deers across a field. But
Yeah.
then I also see her go from 0 to 100 about something that got nothing to do with her. So if you can inject yourself and your energy into something that got nothing to do with you, imagine if somebody breathed her name. Like, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I had to block her and her whole family, because frankly, they weird on Facebook. And like I get on I'm on the other end, as far as like, oh, okay, boom, block you, because they was just bout it in the face. They came out of nowhere in this Facebook
Okay.
group just being bout it. And I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
they threatening individuals. You know what I'm saying? They want to, you know what I'm saying? They really want to fight with strangers. I've never seen anything like it, girl. It was crazy.
I'm gonna have to say with what you're saying. I believe her name is Catralis Light, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She said some of this is pure acting too. Now I'm gonna just remind you guys, because remember when Destiny said, I didn't invite nobody to anyone's house uninvited and all that stuff. You know how quick it was for her to respond to that comment and say, you know, you're not going to call me a liar. And if you want to say the producers did it, then put it on the producers. But I didn't have a placemat for you. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff, like she is very much in the comment section. So that I know just from that part. But I always just kind of passed over her. I just didn't put two and two together. And maybe it's because, again, when I would see certain things and I was like, well, her mom, if Melody's mom is cool, then I know it's all good. Mel is just, you know, trying to keep the peace. I remember someone even said, Melody, you need to do a hairline. And Mel said, no, because I have a friend who's also already doing a hairline. And I just assumed she was talking about Stormy. When she said that, she was like, I already have a friend doing a hairline, and I don't want all the craziness that goes around it for my products. I remember her saying that. So she's always given grace. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Jeanette Stewart, again, with the super chat, she said, the negative energies, seeking positive light of the anointed, they're reckless, teeth gnashing, double minded individuals, lost souls. Okay. Whew, child. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Did you have anything else you
She
wanted to
preaching
share?
like the old boy Jackson wife. And she was putting curses on people. Shoot, let me get up off here, for she.
What's his name? Derek Jackson.
Derek, yeah, his wife. Did you see that video that when you just read
I
that? It
saw
reminded me
it.
of that when she did that.
That
Let me get
video
up off
cracked
this
me
thing.
up.
Thank you, Miss Dyana.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see what we got here. 1,450 of you are watching. We got a little bit over half. We got 736 likes. So go ahead and hit the like button, please, please, and thank you. And then I am going to bring up SW. That is what the name is here. So SW. Yes.
Hello.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Melody and her new boo? What are your thoughts on Tisha and Marsau, you know, getting jiggy for the cameras, even though that is something Marsau has been like, absolutely never, time and time again. What do you think
Um,
about Martel and his comments that he doesn't have to be mega rich? He just
mm,
needs just $1 million to be okay.
all an act. All an act.
Okay.
That's all it is, because they're the same man who the same man who stole $17,000
Yeah.
and didn't pay it back. And that
And
$17,000 could have it put to feed those children.
yeah.
You know, so she was able to take care of her kids. So she had to hustle that hard to make sure they are taken care of.
Did not accept child support or alimony.
Yeah, they both agreed to that, which is you know, I'm not surprised, because you know they try and be like, you know, let's do 50-50 and go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because they both are able to get turn it down. They both are able to start over again in the business they're in. They both have, you know, he could have got his builder license and moved
Uh-huh.
forward,
Uh-huh.
and she got her business license, and they actually, I'm surprised the custody court, you know, like, okay, you both done this business before, so you can go back to do that business to bring money in.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand the different states, you know, every state is
Mm-hmm.
different.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is also um for the, you know, for the grown parents, Stormy mom, Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, you know, people, when your children are K to 12, mothers are supposed to guide their daughters to
Mm-hmm.
you observe how their friendship goes, and you're able to stop the friendship easily K to 12. And then, you know, you slowly talk to them about certain things. When your child turns 18 to 21, it depends, go to college, your job to give advice. And because they're
Mm-hmm.
still young. But now your kids who have children, and to have children, you must have sex. So there's no need for the grown mothers who now grandmothers to do what they're doing
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, I think you know, I don't watch the Facebook and all the craziness going on with so many women anti-male. What I
Mm-hmm.
do, I want people to understand, when the show started out, first season and second season, they saw Melody, and at the time, we all thought that Martell wasn't, you know, he was, you know, the main person. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
when people saw Melody in the house, house, nice dress, she had her children, she had beautiful things. They're going places, doing things. So the women saw the outside, but they know what's going on the inside. So that could be, and that's also, it's called, um this man provided for you and you divorce him. Can you not handle that he cheating on you? You know, and there are women of any culture can ignore that the man is cheating, long he got a roof over my head. I got this side to do. And that's what some women are looking, that's what some women are um observing.
Mm-hmm.
That's any culture,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And the women who are, not, I don't think they don't like Melody. It's that Melody did not do what other people had done. We get divorced, you go to your mama's house. You're from the South, that's how some people do it. But Melody was able to get on her feet. She used all her skills. She used all her gifts and talent. And for things she did, it built an online course. The first thing she did, build an online course, and then she went and continued on to move forward, because she had to. She had kids to take care of.
Right.
You know, she had kids to take care of. And I think a lot of women who, you know, so I do think her mother-in-law, her ex-mother-in-law, is jealous of that. How she's able to get on her feet where they couldn't do it. We also understand that, you know, me and my husband, we've been with when people get married, and over the years you get like a couple group. So you might get like 2 or 3 couples, and you got to do
Mm-hmm.
things together and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And but if someone getting divorced, when one of the couples getting divorced, and you know, the man usually listen to the man's side, the woman listen to the woman's side, and hopefully we can get the, you know, poke holes in the story, all kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
usually but usually no one. Let's say cheating going on. Now, if the man cheat, the women are against him. Women against him, and some of the husbands will, like, man, you did wrong.
Right.
I can't hang with you too much, like that kind of situation, and vice versa. If one of the female group and she cheated, and our husband look at us like, you ain't hanging with her, or
Right.
you're not hanging with her.
Right.
And in this case here, is that everybody in that room, everybody knew he was cheating. So for Melody,
Right.
and Tish and Kimmy found out, they rushed to her side and said, "Girl, I got the number. I got her driver license. I got, that kind of stuff."
Right.
None of them did that. And I know for a fact who I am. If, I find out, I'm mad on coming on a phone call.
Right.
I'm madly I'm going to take pictures. It all depends on your friends.
Right.
I have a girlfriend. If I, for her husband to cheat me, for a man to cheat, you gotta be kissing and hugging, all that kind of stuff. For me to consider that, it's, for me to see, okay, you're doing wrong. All right. I would, as one of my friends, I know for a fact, I have to figure out how to take her and show her that he cheated.
Oh, wow.
I had one of those kind of crazy friends. Okay. She would
Right.
it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Another friend of mine, all I had to do, give her a phone number, her an address, her basic stuff, and she gonna do her own investigation.
Right.
And
Right.
another thing I'm saying, I think with the last reunion is when Melody found out everybody in the room knew but her, except for the Winslows, but that's what I think that Melody had to go back and look at these friendships that she had.
Well, I think she has figured it out, because she actually said that the people that she work with are coworkers, and when it's done, it's done. And again, last week Wednesday, when she had tried to clarify everything, I think it was Wednesday, and she said at the end of the day, I had a conversation with the person I needed to have a conversation with, and everybody else can fly high. I don't have to explain it to everybody. But she said, nobody has my phone number. Stormy actually said in a comment, she didn't have her phone number. She said, production doesn't even have my phone number at this point. Melody also posted the other day, she reposted someone's comments where they said, you have outgrown the show. So Melody said, when God says go, I don't know what has happened within these first couple of days of filming, but it sounds to me like she is wrapping things up. She's getting everybody prepared for her exit. So that's what I'm getting out of it. But I'm gonna let Miss Dear Ree talk. If you don't mind, I'm gonna bring you back down. SW, I do appreciate you coming on though.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I have a couple of people waiting. I want to make sure I can get everybody on, and I'm going to drop you back down. Thank you, SW. Hey, how's it going, dearie?
Hi, sorry
Hi.
about my voice.
Yeah,
This
okay.
weather changing has really messed with my allergies and everything. I just wanted to come on because my first thing is when I look at the mothers, not Miss Van. Sometimes, and I had to look at this with my own biological mother and my grandmother. A lot of times with these particular women, we expect them to be our elders and we expect them to act a certain way. But sometimes you have to go back and look at where did they mentally start growing, and they're probably working at their potential, because we have expectations of them, but that doesn't mean that they can reach those expectations. So you look at Miss Wanda, when she had Tisha, that how when a tragic situation happens, they mentally stop growing at that point when they say about a man or a woman. I think what we're getting out of them is that they're still in that mental state, even though they've aged. That's just my opinion. Now, when it comes to Mel, I really don't think Mel is strong, but I think what it is, and I'm trying to put myself in her situation, because when I first seen everything happen, it was almost like the things were happening to me over again, just on a magnified scale.
Are you talking about the bullying, or are you talking about her relationship with Martel?
The beginning with Martel. Every time it was almost like a knife cutting her, calling her a hoe, saying that Arionne was better sexually than her. And for me, I've just sat back, and Mel has had to, when you go to a place where God takes you where nobody can touch you, it's not the point that she's strong and it doesn't touch her. She just pray. And you keep praying and you keep praying and you ask God to cover you and shield you. And that's what I had to do. And it's taken me to look at people like you, Aunt Ann. You just have to live in your truth and not care about what someone else has to say. And for me, I kind of dealt with this earlier today. I'm like, people are going to have opinions. It doesn't matter if it's your platform, their platform. And I think what has happened in this society, and I thank God that I was on the tail end of not being this part of the society, being old school, because relationships, marriage, things are very trivial now. People don't value. They just don't value. Like, give you an example, when my children were going to school and the teachers, every open house, oh, they don't have to say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, because these teachers are young. Yes, they do. That's a requirement for me. They have to say that. So I set the standard for my children, regardless if you had my children more in a day than I did. And as school would go on, the teachers would praise them because the other kids were, you just have to, I don't know how to say this. Most of these people that are speaking bad of Mel, and I rarely go, when I'm on Facebook, it's for family. But when people are speaking bad of her, it's a lot of stuff that she may not even see because she doesn't have time. I'm going to say this and I'm going to move out the way. When I went through something similar, but it wasn't on a big scale like this, but it was so bad till this person took pictures of my children, put it on Facebook. You would think the elderly people in his family would have said something. I was so broken. It was like, it was to the point that you just was ashamed. I was so broken that I didn't know what to do but just cry when my children were sleeping. That's why I know how Mel feels. And the women, even if they've been in domestic situations or what, I don't understand. And this is not just for women. This is for men, because we have men out there are going through the same thing with women. We have to say, okay, the ones that want to be over there in La La Land, let them stay over there. We have to get to a point where we can just start supporting each other, because when I tell you that girl, I've been hurt to my core, and it took me a year or two before I would even allow anyone in my space.
I understand. I agree with you. I've said that a couple of times on the channel. At the end of the day, if people want to know how it's done, she's doing it the way it should be done. Go ahead, block out all the noise, do what you need to do. You only have, I know we think we have all the time in the world. We have an infinite, we don't have an infinite amount of time. We have a short amount of time to get certain things done. And that's it. So I agree with you. I'm sorry that you actually went through all that. I'm happy that you are in a better place now, because it sounds really horrible, but I'm happy you're in a better place now. And I appreciate you coming up to talk. We have a couple of other people that is down here waiting. So I'm going to drop you back down if that's okay.
No problem.
I'll talk to Miss Hannah, and thank you so much. I hope you come back on again. Okay.
I will. I'm going in the bushes too. I'll be sitting waiting.
Okay. All right.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Miss Hannah.
Hello, Diana. I see that you're doing great today. That's
I'm
good.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm enjoying the combo, and I
Okay.
agree with the remarks and comments of everyone so
Okay.
far.
Which part did you want to talk about? Martell and those cell phones, Melody possibly being engaged, or she's done with the show, Stormy.
Yeah, let me talk briefly about several of those subjects. But the first one I want to begin with is Melody and her new boo.
Okay.
Okay, I
What's up with
think
Melody? Hmm.
well. At first, I thought it was just promoting her new album when
Okay.
she put the picture out, but I think that she's serious, and I think that she told Martell when they were in Destin, when they were sitting out on the porch, she said, I could see us both being in very serious relationships. And I
Hmm.
think at that time she was letting him know I'm already in a serious relationship, but she didn't really say it. Now I haven't
Hmm.
seen the ring. I wish you could have pulled the picture up and everything.
Hmm.
But yeah,
It's
I think
actually, I didn't see it on her ring finger. It was actually on her second finger.
oh
It's a big square diamond.
okay. Well,
But I think she's worn it before, and she actually said that it was her ring she purchased for herself, and that's where she wanted it.
but I really can't see how we can square that with what she's said in the past on some of those, interviews that she did. Like I know she did one with you, and I think at that time she said she was not in a relationship. So now, if we're believing
Well, she said
that,
she's dated because I tried to ask her questions about remember she got that air fryer or something she got. It was an air fryer, some sort of appliance. And
mm-hmm,
she said, oh, I said, I can tell that you're happier because her energy just seemed like the way you would when you are in a relationship, to be honest.
right.
She honestly seemed like she was in a relationship at that time. And I would have been right because clearly, if all the family has met them, that was in November, the early November when I interviewed her. We're in December now, so yeah, she definitely would have been in a relationship at that time.
But I don't see how she think that if her family has met this guy, how they gonna keep it a secret. Somebody's gonna leak that. I
And
think.
to be honest, I think that he lives in Atlanta because Martell is very quick to say, you keep going back and forth to Atlanta. He hates when she goes to Atlanta and they ain't even together.
And how does he even know where she's going? When if he has the kids, it's none of your business where I'm going. You need to
That's the
mind your
first
own
thing out of
business.
his mouth. You keep going back and forth to Atlanta and getting COVID and da 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 da. So she
Hmm.
was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like he does not like it. He did not like it.
Right. Well, he probably. I don't know how he know, but he might know something. But I believe she has someone that she's dating and she's been dating. But I don't know why she's saying she's not dating. So that's why I'm kind of confused. But anyway, I think
Just
she
keep
already
people off her
notified.
off her tail. Keep people off her tail.
Yeah. Just okay. But
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
I have 146 of you guys watching, 873 likes. So go ahead and hit that like button. Also, I have the chat is pinned. So we do have, I think, 2 people waiting right now. And if you guys wanted to become a member, you could do so as well. I appreciate everyone who is on and watching. Okay. So what else are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the rest of the class on Tisha and Marsau doing all the PDA when Marsau didn't even want Tisha to sit on his lap on
Hmm.
the show? What do y'all think about that?
The first thing I noticed is that you remember the last video Mel did with for Down, how she was singing in like a she was singing, she had her black hair.
Uh-huh. I
Okay.
do.
And
The
that's the first
video.
thing I know. Letitia just trying to copy her hair. Everything that girl do, here she come. Now, wasn't that hair similar? Do you remember
See,
the
I actually have a whole video about how Tisha, I've shown, someone had sent it over to me, but videos where she has worn very similar outfits, like days after Melody. And the last outfit she wore on the show, the season finale, would happen to be something that looked like it may have been purchased off of off of Coleslaw's
Coleslaw.
website. Now,
Yeah.
Coleslaw does get her things from, I think it's called AliExpress. So you can buy there directly, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
that's the first
interesting that she was modeling the same exact outfit Coleslaw was
that
modeling.
Coleslaw had, yeah. But I think the Coleslaws had like a bra thing, and Tisha's had like straps or something around the neck, or I can't remember exactly how it
You
was.
just tuck them in. Yeah.
Mm.
You just tuck them in. She also had a slit, but you couldn't walk in that dress without a slit. So she just turned hers to the side, and Coleslaw had hers in the back because it was a very
okay, so it was the same.
body-fitting dress.
Yeah.
It's the exact same dress.
Yeah, it did look very similar, but that's the first thing I noticed is the hairstyle. And then, like I say, everything Mel do, they try to copy. Just now, last year, remember Mel had the pajama party for Christmas. Everybody you see now having pajama parties.
Pajama party, ugly sweater party. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So they basically
you know what happens? Yeah, you know what happens is sometimes you become what you hate.
Right.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
She's a trendsetter.
Yeah. So you sit there, you watch, you hate it, but your brain regurgitates it. And next thing you know, you are acting it out. You are doing it. I could do a whole video tomorrow about that, because everything that Tisha has literally said following season 3, like when she was told, if you don't want to be, when Kimmy said, if we weren't family, we wouldn't be anything. And then she repeated that to Kiki at the black bar. And she was like, if we can't be friends and we can't be anything. And da-da-da-da. I was like, that girl never says anything original out of her brain. It's always something that someone said to her.
Somebody else. And remember on the first reunion, Mel said, y'all be talking about me, but you really liking what I do.
You really liking what I do.
And then you go and do it. Yeah. So that's basically what they're doing. But
it says, no, you want to be what you hate. That this is true. Like, this is something you should have learned as a child. If you all of a sudden, if you are talking and you become obsessed with somebody, you will become what you're obsessed with. That's all there is to it. That's why they ask you not to do that. One of the things Marsau said when he was like, you got to bring people up from the top. First season, when Melody had that massage thing at her house, and Tisha and Kimmy were like, oh, you're bougie, blah, blah, blah. And she said, what's wrong with pulling y'all up and inviting y'all to parties where people could, influencers are that could change your life or change your business? What's wrong with me doing that? Anybody else would be thankful. Now they're posting messages talking about, we lift people up. Boy, bye.
Yeah,
that's a silly thing to say when y'all was saying how much y'all hated it first season. Now all of a sudden y'all the trendsetters. Yeah. Right. They're not fooling anybody. It's foolishness. We see it.
But the bottom line is what they're doing is they are trying to compete with her. And everything they try to do better. And the only thing that they're using against now is that she doesn't have the full family unit like they do. So they're kind of throwing that in her face. But she's not really paying attention to it.
What are you saying? They don't have a village? Okay.
What I'm saying that they feel like they're doing better because they got their 3 kids and the family unit in the home. And Melody does have a village, but they're trying to throw that, because I didn't see no family pictures of them last year. I could have missed it, but this year
they were going through it last year. Yeah, they were definitely going through it last year. I feel like they're still going through it, because there's no way Tisha sat on that reunion stage, listened to all of those things come at her about her husband, and not, we all saw her walk off the stage in the clip. So there's no way she could have had all of that craziness happen to her and not feel away. You know what I'm saying? But they were pretending to have their little party. So you just never know.
She's not going to go anywhere anyway. But the last thing that I wanted to talk about is regarding Martell and his youngest son and Sugar Mama.
Okay.
I think that Martell is, first of all, he's full of guilt and shame, but he also has a personality disorder, allegedly, which is a narcissist. Okay. So that is, he always in competition with Melody, and he's always trying to hurt her. So when we saw him say that Sugar Mama was whining, he's basically trying to hurt Melody, number one. But then, let me see how I can put this. He's okay. Another thing that he also said was that that is y'all's little girl over there eating snow.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah, he said that's y'all little girl, y'all favorite or something like that. Your little favorite over there eating snow.
Oh, okay.
He was talking to people on
The
Instagram.
fans.
Yeah. Okay. But if it was my daughter, I would have said that's our little favorite over there eating snow. So basically, it's almost like he's put these two kids in different compartments. Is Melody's daughter?
Y'all number one girl. Is that what he said? Y'all number one girl?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what someone wrote in the comments.
It was something like that. And he said, y'all, instead of saying our. But it's almost like he's saying that's Melody's daughter and my son. He's put these kids in competition because he's in competition with Melody. And he don't understand that this is causing him some problem. It's not going to hurt the baby because she doesn't know what he's doing. He's only hurting himself because people are going to keep on talking about him. And he's trying to hurt Melody, but she's beyond Martell, because she told us on that last episode that he needs to stop trying to pit me against his other women. Just leave me out of it because I'm not the one anymore. Because that's what she know his games, that he's always trying to cause confusion and put batteries in people's backs so that he can use them and create chaos. And Melody say, I'm out of it. Leave me out of it. So that's why he's doing with those kids is not even bothering her. Even though he and Coleslaw think it is, it's not a problem. I mean, it seems like a big problem, but it really isn't because he's only hurting himself. So if he keep on doing that foolishness, he's just going to keep on getting what he get. Nothing. That's it. He's gonna keep on going down. And him talking.
Thank you, Hannah.
Okay,
I appreciate you coming up.
Have a great one now. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, I have Advocate Against Justice. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Let me turn the TV down.
Okay.
Yes, how you doing tonight? I'm glad you accepted me.
No problem at all. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
What do you have to talk about tonight? Do you know a topic or you want to bring up something new?
I want to just kind of circle around everything. I mean, just kind of, but I'm not going to be a real long time because I know you have a lot of people waiting. But one of the things that I want to say, first of all, Melody is a strong soldier. She's really was the youngest of the bunch besides Tiffany, but even though Tiffany seemed older. But Melody is the youngest of the bunch. She had those 4 children, and how all those people that's older than her and even Wanda gang up on her. I mean, that's nothing but jealousy. She's a single woman that went through hell and back with her marriage, and then she's raising 4 children, building her brand. It just crazy how all these people are coming. It's like they're mad because she's moving on, and she has outgrown that show. But I understand that she's gonna leave on her own terms. And as far as Stormy, I want to kind of hit on her a little bit. She just emailed because I was on her daily mailing for her sales and things like that. And so I ordered something from her and I didn't receive it. It was one of the Christmas presents for my daughter. Okay. So I basically just told her that it was a Christmas present, and I tried reaching out to your customer service and they didn't really give me no direct answers. So I actually went to my bank to try to help me. So she emailed me tonight so what I did is unsubscribed because I bought things from the stores before for her, and then I bought things from her directly before, and this has never been that long. So
Oh, wow.
she's now, so now she has this hi, blah blah blah. And I have a 75% off sale, and we have a drawing. And I said, has there anyone been named for your last drawing, because you baited a lot of people in with that?
Oh,
No, that's
wow.
what I told her. She's talking about, well, we're giving out $25,000 on New Year's Day. And I said, well, I'm actually not interested until I get my other order, or, my money back or something, before I go forward with you. Because I don't care if it is 75%. It could be 75%. But if you're not getting your product, you losing money altogether. So I told her I wasn't ordering anything. So I'm waiting for her. She probably going to respond back to me, because I unfollowed her on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and all that. Because I don't like that. I feel like she baited us all in, because she had a $50,000 giveaway, and she said every $10 there are more chance of you winning. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
my chances was like 10 chances, and I haven't heard anybody winning anything. And then she was also saying, "Oh, and we've been through some little hiccups or something with it, and everything is selling out." If it's selling
Mm-hmm.
out, okay, where's my order? Okay. Anyway, I sent her a nice professional email back. And also, I want to talk about LaTisha.
Okay.
She is something else. I mean, she is really a devil herself.
Ooh.
That
She
girl,
did say that about Mel, right?
yes, she did. And then she said it wrong. I think what she told us, she was a devil. She said it wrong. But anyway, that girl is so evil. And the more I look at her, the more she look like her mama and act like their mama. They say your child be twice as worse than you are. Now I'm 60 years old. I've been watching this show since day one. And I,
Mm-hmm.
I love the way Melody moved, because usually someone her age would have cracked or would have wanted to unalive herself, come at all of them coming against her. And it looks like that's
Mm-hmm.
what they want to do. And I cannot believe her husband then, an ex-husband, and he had 4 children with this woman, how he is going standing with the forces going against her. That could have made she's strong, and she come from strong blood, because the average person, that would have made them make her want to unalive herself. But she's strong, and they don't understand it and see that, and they just jealous and hate on her. I love the way she move. I love the way she boss, and she's building up streams of income, and her kids are so happy with her, and I just admire her. I mean, I've never seen any divorce end like that, with a positive note on the wife with the 4 kids, and she didn't want child support from this Negro. Okay, spousal support or anything, and she just started all over. She didn't take no furniture, no nothing. So he big mad. He big mad, and I'm proud of her, and I love just watching her. Because I have 21 grandchildren, 5 grown children, and,
Wow.
and I have, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have my oldest son to be 41, and then my the next to that one, he'll be 39. No, he just made 39. Then I have a 32-year-old son. I have a 30-year-old son, and I have a 25-year-old daughter. But these people
Wow.
really are reminding me of the Cabo Six. That's
Wow.
like, they seem that desperate. You understand? I mean, that hate.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go on vacation or nothing with them. They reminded me of the Cabo Six. Only they haven't got her off to herself nowhere. You know.
Well, child, I don't want to wish any of that on top of
No, I'm just
her.
saying the behavior. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I
of course
totally
I don't
get
wish
it.
that on her at all.
They do have a jealous spirit for
It is
sure.
wicked. It's very wicked.
And they are unable to see themselves the same way others see them,
All they have to
unfortunately,
do is
because
look back on the episodes,
yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
and
At
then
the end of the
teacher.
day, they all say they have this information. That's the weirdest part about it. If you guys only knew, and it's like, yeah, what are you protecting at this point? You've done every ugly thing you possibly could do. Why not just tell the truth? Say whatever it is that's, you're claiming this woman has done to you. But when they spit it out there, like what we're about to see happen on the reunion Saturday, where
I can't.
everyone's screaming at Melody saying, you said you did it. You're the one who brought her on the show. You're the one who said this. And she said, I never told y'all
But if
not to
you look
talk
at
about
back
it.
on all these episodes, Martell did everything they saying she did.
Right. It was Martell, period.
Yes,
Martell was the one who controlled everything. He
exactly.
controlled everything. So yeah, I have a lot of people that is waiting right now. So if you do not mind,
No,
I have
I
one,
don't
two, three,
mind.
four. I'm gonna see if we can get these 4 people on.
Yeah,
And I do
yeah, I'll drop
appreciate you
down, but that was
coming
my
up.
2 cents.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Okay,
Thank
and thanks
you.
for having me, and you guys all have a good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Okay, let's just do a shout out real quick. I have 1,496 watching, 962 of you are hit that like button. So go ahead, hit the like and subscribe, you guys. Become a member if you can. And now I have Prosperity Overflow who is up. How are you?
Hi, DyanaRozay. How are you? You hear?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am super excited that you allowed me into your chat. And I wanted to just tell you that I really love you. You are so
Oh,
beautiful inside and out.
thank
And
you.
you
That
have
is so sweet.
a
I appreciate you.
lot in your life. You so classy. You are so classy.
Oh,
The way that
look,
you run your
where
channel.
have you been? Come back up next all the time, all the time. That is so sweet. I appreciate it.
Yes, you and a few others, a few others inspire me, but I haven't seen anybody's channel quite like yours because you are super, super classy, and I love that. But what I wanted to say about Melanie, I absolutely adore her, and she provokes jealousy without even knowing it or trying.
No.
You know, when you have the favor of God on your life, like Melanie, you can expect everything but the kitchen sink to come at you. And
Right.
going on, you know, these individuals are very jealous of Melanie. They want what she has, and what she has been given to her by God because she's very influential. She has basically, so to speak, you know, gained the whole world because people can see the anointing on her life. Not only that, she's very, very classy.
Yeah.
And so people are going to be jealous of her. And I think that Melanie gets it. You know, she has set her face as a flint. She hears it. And yes, she is human. And I'm sure she hurts. And I'm sure she even cried probably at night when everything settled down. She probably cried. But see, the anointing that she has on her life is beyond this show. And see,
Facts.
that type of anointing that's on Melanie's life, it costs you something. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me to see that she's going through all of this, even the way the enemy himself came and just stole her marriage.
Yeah.
I say the
I
enemy.
agree.
Yes, I say the enemy because they did have something special and they did have something beautiful. And it wouldn't surprise me if when the marriage started to break up, those people wasn't sorry for her. They was excited. They was excited about that
Yeah.
downfall.
Let me tell you something. I agree. I agree with everything that you said. Everything that you said. What drew us to the show from the beginning, when you saw Melody and Martell on screen with them kids,
Yes.
it was magnetizing. They were so, like, as a couple, you were just like, oh my gosh, they are doing it. When things started coming out, and then you saw how he fell, and
Mhm.
like you said, the enemy had taken over. And when you see what the enemy actually is, it's like, ooh, you lost. There's no way, and to be given chance after chance after chance to self-correct and not be able to is wild. And he probably will never get it, like never actually get it until, like, 10, 15. His kids could be grown before
Exactly.
he recognizes how he was there and he
Yes.
played himself. I
And I
don't think.
yeah,
Mhm.
believe what he thought was that he was going to be out front. And he got the big head, you know, and
Yeah.
started to just look another way, you know, and disregard his wife because he thought, oh, he was going to be on top of the world. I'm on TV now. But see
Right.
what the enemy meant for Melanie's bad, God turned around and made it for her good. And I feel sorry for Martell, because when you look at him, when I tell you the man is hurting, he will never
Yeah.
admit it. And I believe that if he would have humbled himself and got rid of his strong spirit of pride and just went to his wife and said, I'm sorry, forgive me. I don't want to lose you. I love her. I need her in my life. He would not admit that on TV. He's steadily saying, oh, you don't want me and I don't want you. He is not being honest. He would take Melanie back. I believe he cried his eyes out daily because
Oh,
he
I agree.
read.
I agree with you. I think he regrets it, but I also think that he's already done that crying and begging, and Melody knew what it was, and she can't deal with it anymore
No.
because he's not willing to stop. He's not. It's like a drug. So he's going to do his
And
own thing until it's out of his system.
I'm so excited for her that she knows her worth because me, and I'm not going to make this about me. I'm going to be very brief and then I'm going to get off of here because I know you have others. But I have been in a marriage for 25 years and my husband was abusive. He abused
Hmm.
my children and I stayed and I stayed and I stayed. And I kept saying, God, make a way of escape for me because it's like I couldn't shake him. You know,
Hmm.
and he was no good for me. And I love him, as a person, but I had
Hmm.
to ask God to make a way of escape, and God allowed him to go away. He's been incarcerated for 15 years, and I just now went and filed for a divorce because I said it's time. I can't
Okay.
keep to this, but we as women, that's what we do because we love and we forgive and we forgive, but enough is enough. And Melanie had the courage to say enough is enough. And this is why
Yeah.
Tisha, Marsau, they are so jealous. Tisha admires the heck out of Melanie, but she will
Yeah.
never admit it because you know what? She might be faking the funk and trying to be like Melanie on certain points of Melanie's life. But one thing she can never do is leave that marriage that she knows that she's not being treated right. She knows that she is not, honored in that marriage. But one day, hopefully, she'll get it. But people like Tisha, Marsau will have to leave her because she.
Well, you know what? Everything that you said is absolutely accurate. And first, let me just say congratulations to you. And you said the right prayer, make a way of escape, because there's something about abusers that will keep you tied up in a
Yeah,
space for years of your life. You'll watch it go by and not know. But Tisha, the thing with Tisha is that her kids are going to get grown and they're going to leave the house. And she's going to be in that house by
yeah.
herself. And she won't have, the things to do that she used to do. You know what I'm saying? Right now, she's actually building I guess, a real estate office. Did you guys see that? She's building
I
a real estate office. So we're going to see.
like that. Yes. But Dyana, I love you so much. And I pray that God
Ah,
you abundantly and that you will never
thank you.
because I tell you your channel is growing, 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 growing. So and I agree with the young lady that said for you to go ahead and get your hat line. Just go right
Ah,
and do it because you're so beautiful and I love you and I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak on your channel.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes,
And
God,
go ahead.
I just wanted to say God bless you.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too. And, congratulations on, getting out of that situation. And I hope your life is, beautiful and better and your children are healthy and good.
Yes, they're all grown except for my 15-year-old. I'm a mother of 6, and so they're all grown. And
Okay.
their father in a few months because he's going to be home in April. So I told him, you're
Okay.
still family, but we just can't be together. And that's that. So
Amen.
you guys have a wonderful
Okay.
night. I'm going to still keep listening in, but I'm just getting out of the way so others can speak.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Okay, next person up is Miss Golden's Candy. Hi, how are you? I got 1, 2, 3 people waiting, so I'm just going to keep you on for just a little bit. Okay, Miss Golden, I'm sorry things went so long. I saw you drop out and come back in, though.
Yeah. Hi, Diana. First, I want to
Hi.
agree with everything that young lady just said before me. I
Okay.
love your poise and your grace. And yes, you do rock those hats,
Oh,
ma'am.
thank
Yes, you
you.
do. Um,
Thank you.
the first thing I wanted to say was like, it started with some of the young ladies before me. I wanted to talk about the some of the other bloggers is why I love you so much, because you stay true. You love Mel and you say you love Mel. There are so many of the other YouTubers who will be like, I'm fair and balanced. I give a fair and balanced review. And then they get on and all they do is talk about how they hate Mel. Mel did this, Mel did that. Mel did, oh my gosh. Like, and I get in the comments a lot because, sometimes I just want to argue with people. So I'll get in the comments when they do this and I will absolutely say, why can't y'all give Mel grace? Do
Right.
you realize how much grace she's given other people? Just giving Martell grace. Who gets out of a divorce with a man that spent 5 years dogging you out, talking about how you don't satisfy him? Get someone else pregnant and you pay his electricity bill.
Right. Let
Who
me read
does
Miss
that?
Nora's comment. She said, Martel is not capable of genuine love.
Hmm.
So he's crying because he lost control. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to post that. And then Miss Monica, thank you also for that super sticker. And then Miss Monica, thank you for the super sticker. Yes, I agree with you that the thing about, and I have to assume, I'm just going to
Mm-hmm.
assume this, I really don't know it to be true, but because people might be a little younger and they
Mm-hmm.
haven't gone through or seen some things, maybe they don't know what it takes to truly recover from what
Right.
Melody's been through.
Right.
Because if you knew that woman literally, she should still be laying down right now, if you want to be
Right.
honest. A lot
Right.
of people don't recover from those things right away. I don't know why people think that that's easy, but
Mm-hmm.
you walk away from a marriage with 4 kids, you lose everything that you
Yes.
are familiar with. You have all these goals and dreams. You're doing it on a platform where everyone's watching. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
watching what's next. This man's whatever is
Yes.
banging away at you every chance she gets to
Yes.
tell.
Yes.
That has a way of making you go into a hole and never
Mm-hmm.
coming out. When you come out, the world is different. People are
Right.
flying planes. You know what I'm saying? It's like being in a prison. And somehow she is living outside of that box. She's protecting herself by cutting
Right.
off the things that she knows can bring that drama back into her life, like we saw in the show.
Yes.
Um,
But
but
somehow
yeah,
they feel like what she shows them, first of all, none of these people are her friends.
no,
So why that, but they want her to show her vulnerable side. You hear Marsau and Tisha, Marsau having the nerve to say, she's not being true to herself.
right,
How is she not being true to herself? Why should she be vulnerable to you people who are not her friends? You
right,
don't like her. She's not
right.
supposed to cry to you.
No. And that's exactly why she's figured out long before
Mm-hmm.
that there's certain people I can't share information with. And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that. And again, that's something that Tisha repeated just recently.
Mm-hmm.
She posted something saying, protect your peace. You can't share everything with everybody. And I was like, didn't Mel just say that?
Yes, she
Didn't
did.
Mel say that to you? And she's not a good friend. She doesn't know how to be a friend. You don't know how to be a good
You
friend
do
to
not know
someone
how to
who
be
was
a
a
good
good friend to
friend.
you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, because
Exactly.
the picture, when remember whatever season that was when Tisha threw the BMW in Mel's face?
First season, yes.
Mel shared that picture with Tisha. She sent that picture to
Right.
Tisha. And then
Exactly.
Tisha used it against her. She was ready to do that to her. She was ready.
Exactly.
Any friend that would be ready to throw that in your face just to prove that you have a better marriage, she has never been Mel's friend. And she was
Right.
mad at Kimmy for being Mel's friend.
And also just to keep in mind when she
Mm-hmm.
was trying to ask Melody, like, you weren't there for me. My
Right.
mom passed, my auntie passed, you said
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And she smiled and she was like, Tisha, I told you I had these things going on in my
Right.
marriage, and you you're not listening. But
Right.
at the same time, again, Melody seemed like she was the type of person who used to share a lot. Because remember,
Right.
Destiny was like, you used to send me songs. Like Destiny
Mm-hmm.
was angry. You used to send me songs.
Yes.
I know you. I know what you're doing. Well, if you know what you're doing, you also know that she is protecting herself from someone that used everything she used to tell them against her.
Right. Right.
So you're being friends with them now should tell you everything you need to know, Miss. I'm solid. You're not
Right.
solid.
Right. Yes, I mean, that's exactly it. And that's what I mean by this grace. These people want grace that they don't extend to male. And
Right.
Tisha knew, if you knew already that Martell was cheating, why are you upset? Because the woman wasn't in a place to be there for you. She wasn't in an
Right.
emotional state to be there for you when your aunt died. I'm sorry. It's
Right.
unfortunate, but like she's saying, I didn't mean, it wasn't like against you. I'm your friend. I love you, but I can't do that. And then I'm just going to say, one
Yep.
more thing, and then I'm gonna drop down. But
Okay.
when it comes to I know that everybody was feeling away with Martell having those kids out there in that little bit of snow, because he was doing that for himself. But the point
Right.
was that it was way too cold out there for those kids to be out there with no hat, no gloves on, especially a 3-year-old. I
Right.
think I honestly don't think that Martell slights Sugar Mama purposely. I think it's
Right.
unconscious. I think it is unconsciously, because and I think part of it is because he's angry at Mel because she often says that Sugar Mama gave her the strength to leave
Mm.
him. And so,
Mhm.
like, there's that problem. But also, I kind of think that he has to hold on to little Knox because, Knox is like he doesn't listen. And so he got to hold on to him. Sugar Mama is much more mature.
Mhm.
She listens. I mean, so I'm not saying that it's right, but he gotta wrangle little Knox in because otherwise, like even when I was mad because he wasn't watching Sugar Mama, especially when that baby was next to that water and I wanted to
Mhm.
knock the crap out of
Woo.
him. Oh my God.
Listen, I was nervous. I was literally like, "Oh my God, get the baby from the water." Like,
Yes, she
what are
was
you trying to
far
do?
away from him. She was
Then
like
I had to
5
think
feet
about it
away
like
from him.
he's a man. He's not thinking. He's not
Right.
processing how easy it is for that baby to.
Yes. It was like she was like 5 feet away from him. And I just wanted to jump through the TV. I was like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? But like, yeah, but I do think it's kind of like a man thing, but it didn't stop me from being like, oh my God, he's so reckless. And I'm
Yeah.
not giving Martell any grace because I cannot stand him. So none. People are like, oh, you can't treat him like this. He deserves redemption. You can't give him redemption because he hasn't earned it.
That's true.
I
You're
mean,
right.
so like I do believe
He has
everybody
a
has
ways to go.
redeeming.
He has a
Yes,
ways to go. And
yes,
he really actually, I know he said he's in therapy.
right,
He needs to up the meetings or something. Thank you, Miss Monica McCoy. He needs to up the meetings for therapy or something because there is a lot that he is still disconnected from.
right,
And we will be able to visibly see him connecting
right.
once those therapy sessions start hitting
Yes,
properly.
exactly. If he's in therapy, if in
If
fact
he's
he's
in
in therapy,
therapy. He
I
said
don't
he's been in
believe it.
there for a year, right?
I don't
But
believe it.
yeah, it wouldn't be true because we all know the, chain of events that happened from
Right.
last year to current.
Exactly.
So,
And there's no change. But I appreciate
right.
you.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Bye
much.
bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I have Miss Anonymous on, and let me see how many people I have left up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to stop with this last one, with the fourth one. I appreciate everybody who joined the chat. So you guys can stay back here, and I will send you I'll send you a private chat to let you know the 4 that I'm looking at, just in case anyone joins after that. But go ahead, Miss Anonymous. Can I call you something other than Anonymous?
You would. I'm trying to. You don't like Anonymous?
Oh, okay. Let's just call you A. Go ahead, girl.
You can say Miss A. That's fine.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. Well,
Hello, Miss Rozay. I guess I have to
Hi.
remember those 3 questions because I know we've been on.
Okay,
But
so the topics tonight, it's a
Mhm,
variety of things, but the topics
mhm.
are we can either talk about Miss Melody, and people been talking about some of the things that's been going on in the cast, what's been going on in certain chat rooms and IG pages, YouTube channels, things like that, and how she has rised above it, like all of it. If we are to learn anything, when people tell you when you are depressed, feeling sad, blue, when like I can remember my grandmother saying, "Girl, this isn't all that there is in life. Get yourself up." Get out there, do what you need to do. She is the epitome of that. That's one thing we could talk about because that girl
Yeah.
did not let grass grow under her feet for nothing. Okay.
Well, I think Miss Melody Cherie, my lovely sorority sister, is teaching us how to overcome narcissism, a person who has 10 traits of being either a malignant narcissist or a narcissistic sociopath. Uh, I think one thing that she's done, if she is engaged, I hope she has done a psychological evaluation of
Yes.
him, a
Yes.
background check,
Yes.
and also seeing the pedigree of him.
You know what she said? If you guys remember, she said, number one on the list, he has to be on therapy and it needs to be ongoing. It can't be
Correct.
that I went last year. It's an
Yeah, it has
ongoing
to
therapy
be.
because I'm in ongoing therapy.
Yeah, and I think the reason why narcissists are actors.
For sure. Oh my gosh. And I say that, y'all, because for 9 years I worked with one, and it was hard. I actually went to therapy afterwards. So
Yeah, they're actors because they're putting a facade because they are an emperor without clothes.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and what usually happens, or at least what the studies tell you, is that they like to marry quick because they don't want you to see who they are.
Yes. Marry
So
quick and you get to see all their friends who push you into that
yeah, and they'll
relationship.
get family, you name it, and then
Yeah.
they show they're a wolf. So
Facts.
because she's been with a narcissist, or one I think is a narcissistic sociopath, for
Yes.
about 14 years. I know
Yeah.
she needs happiness, but take her time because the thing that scared, I know everybody didn't talk about it, but last night I was at the Silvers Live, and I was looking at what you posted about what was happening with them
Hmm.
outside.
Hmm.
And he looks Hotel, I call him Hotel, but Martel looks like he's going through another collapse again.
Oh, you feel so? You think so?
Yeah. The reason why is it was a very disturbing picture of Sugar Mama Milani having a little boo boo, probably from all that
Oh.
bad food he gave her. But usually a narcissist will always like to show your bad stuff in public
Hmm.
to pit you against the children and other things. And
Hmm.
I don't know if Melody has finished her custody case yet. Just be a little mindful right now because he's not like he did before. He's not well.
Right.
He's not well. And if now I one thing I wanted to point out, I there's 2 looks that I loved of Melody. This confessional that she had, I think was on point. The
Okay.
dress, her
Yes.
hair,
That dress was amazing.
yeah, her hair, but she looked like she had a kind of silent confidence. And
Hmm.
then another one that she had was when she told him to sign the papers
Hmm.
in that pink outfit at Black opening with her
Hmm.
hair. She was
Hmm.
very chic, but she kind of knew who she was. And I thought strategically was when she did that after she had her cry, but she did the billboard of Cloud9 in Huntsville. I think that was done strategically.
Okay.
And the reason why when she did her billboards, they would be in New York or California. But I think she was sending a message to the cast that she is Huntsville, Alabama. It's
That's
not
true.
Hotel, it's her.
I mean, she's even him saying, Even him saying that, let me read Jeanette Stewart, who said his therapy is like an open gym during the pandemic. But
Correct.
even with him saying that, even with him saying, I'm the only one from Huntsville, Melody was the one who will have her name in there as for history for us, opening up the amphitheater.
Yeah,
That was
that's
a
why I said.
historic event. Yeah.
And I
Did
think
you say
she
that? I'm
might.
sorry about that.
Yeah, but I think she might be strategically showing the OWN executives and Discovery executives that if you want me to stay, we need to have a new direction
Well,
of
she
Love and
already
Marriage
said
Huntsville.
that. She already
Yeah.
said that. From what I'm understanding, she said she's already requested a new direction, and she also said that when it is time for her to go, she knew she was going to go. She said that she started the show telling Carlos King that she wanted to be an actress, she wants to be a singer, and that this show was a stepping stone.
Yeah.
So with that said, and her saying, when I'm ready, I will leave. With everything that she's been doing now, it feels like she's trying to bring closure to some things.
Yeah, I think this might be the last season. But if they want to continue
the show,
like if she have writing credits, I think they need to have a new cast. It just depends, because usually with stuff like this, if you're getting your name out, you kind of want to keep your name out there and continue. Like she might not come, she'd come as a guest. You get what I mean? It's not necessarily be the main person, but just to keep it going because of her fans and others, it'll help with that. And also just finally, because I know we got somebody else coming up. Maritha, I love you.
Yay!
Hotel needs to have a check.
Oh, I didn't know I was on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm bringing you guys in to make sure that you can see it. I put in the private chat who's next. So Maritha, if you see your name after Maritha, you'll know it's you. I also want to thank Marcia for the Cash App. Thank you so much. That was very generous. I appreciate you. Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry about that.
But yeah, just to sum up so everybody else can talk, because I know you've been on. As it relates to Stormy and the Snots and everybody else, the Bettys and the Wandas and you name it. Hotel's friends have always been enemies of Melody.
Okay.
I've always believed that.
Okay.
They were meant to conquer her because she was the it girl in Huntsville. And I think one thing she did when she was at the Destin, Florida trip, and you could tell she had the therapy, she told Martel to his face, they have been my enemies, but you were the ringleader.
Yeah.
She knows who it is. It's him. And if it's true with what you reported, and I wanted to give you props for your reporting on Stormy and the connection to Arionne Curry or the peasant.
Okay.
Now it makes a little sense. So, like I said, I think I would hate to see Love and Marriage Huntsville go. I think it has the potential to be like the other Bravo shows and other things to have the longevity. But I think they need to have a new cast of people who actually have businesses, families, and are willing to be authentic and real, not low down and shady.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss
Thank
A.
you. Have a blessed evening, people.
You too.
Good night.
Love
you, girl.
I wanted to say a couple of things. First, I want to read Charlene's comment, who said, let's get her to 100 episodes. So 100 episodes means syndication, which means that she keeps that money. Okay, so I agree. We need to get her to 100 episodes so that she gets that syndication money no matter what. Okay, because people will watch that show. It's a good show, up until what just happened. But it was a good show up until what we just saw. So I would like to see her be syndicated for sure. And then she said they're trying to use what happened between Stormy and her mother as a storyline, and I'm sick of the storylines. Okay, I agree with you there. Right now we have 1,500 people and 1,000 of you have hit the like button. So thank y'all so much. Please hit it if you have not. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of my mods who is helping out. You guys are been great. Thank you, Miss Golden, who just became a member. So I'm going to put you up here. Thank you so much. And I apologize. Go ahead, Miss Maritha. I said your name right this time.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
I
Well,
remember.
yes, and I'm gonna say you look gorgeous tonight.
Oh,
The
thank
skin
you.
is popping. I like that.
Thank you.
And
This is
now,
Mel's skincare, by the way. I've been using her face line.
yeah, you just get radiant. You
Okay.
look
Well,
nice tonight.
I owe it
But
to her. Uh-huh.
well, anyway, there has been a lot going on. And I was just listening to Anonymous and the lady that was before her, and both were making like aha moments.
Mhm.
And I look at it the way they look at it, but I also look at it this way. What Mel has been through and what Mel is still going through with these people,
Mhm.
that would have been enough to break a person.
100.
You know, and
Absolutely.
we say all the time, I don't know how she do it. I just don't know how she do it. And no, you don't know, we don't know how she do it. But I always like to look at things in a spiritual way.
Mhm.
When you are connected to God,
Mhm.
no, you don't have to understand how he do it. All you know is that he do it. And that's what
Right.
he doing in Mel's life. These people, they are hurting themselves to hurt this lady. And
Right.
every time they hurt their set, okay, everybody's having a mental breakdown. Why? What?
Right.
Tell me show me some receipts to what Mel has done to make everybody want to have a mental breakdown.
Listen, I agree with you 100%. I have asked that question for the last year. What is it that these people are fighting? What are they doing? Unless they are just coming after her because she's a star. But there's a lot of people making faces, huffing up, puffing, acting crazy all over the place. And nobody can say exactly why. Martell and Melody broke up. If Martell and Melody are fighting, we understand their history. We understand what's going on, even if we don't agree with him. But nobody else has that same, they don't have that same relationship, and it's bonkers to me.
It seems to me, and I was thinking about. I guess because I be in the internet streets so much, I was thinking about what really was Tisha's problem, and it wasn't the 40 acres. It started before the 40 acres,
Yeah,
when
for
Mel
sure.
didn't want to be Tisha's friend anymore.
It started
You
before the
know,
40 acres when when they used to have those little parties, and Mel and Marsau are the wit. They go back and forth. And I think it was Maurice who said that. It was on another channel, but Maurice made that comment that, that's just what they would do. Mel would ask certain questions, the table would start talking about it, they would engage. They were real friends, but I think Maurice, or not Maurice, Marceau and Mel would have this little wit thing go back and forth that I think may have made Tisha a little jealous as well as Martel.
But for me, Tisha has always seemed to be a needy person.
Oh,
She need, and you have to do exactly what she want, and you have to be exactly where she want you to be. And
right,
Mel was tired. Mel didn't want to do that anymore, and Mel just didn't want to be her friend. And she did not understand that about. She didn't understand what friendship was about, because I don't see my friends every day, nor do I talk to them every day.
right,
But we friends, and if she
right,
going through something, I understand, and I'm gonna be there for her. And I'm not gonna keep something from a friend, because I know my friend wouldn't do that to me. But to know
right,
something and to look in my face whenever we're around together. All of these
right.
people knew what Martell was doing. And now look at Stormy. Stormy knew. Stormy knew what Martell was doing and who he was doing it with.
And isn't it interesting how she was like, I don't know. I'm friends with everybody. I don't have any problems with anybody. But how quickly did your mama show that you took a side? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
And it's when her mom whenever Stormy says something, nobody's contradicting Stormy. Her mom is.
Yeah.
So if she's having that nervous breakdown, mental illness, that's a serious thing and it's nothing to laugh or joke about. However, you have to be honest about it
I agree.
because, um, your business is not your business anymore when you put your business out in the street. So we got a right to talk about it. So we could
I agree.
and say, I hope it's not she wants sympathy, anything like that. But that's enough about Stormy. And you know what Martell did with the kids in the snow. I live in Florida, and I know we got down to 48, and I thought I was freezing to death. So I'm thinking in Huntsville it was pretty cold because the baby was saying she wanted her mama.
Yeah.
It was
That
just
was the
that
best
cold.
part. She said, Daddy, I want my mommy.
I'm saying, and I feel so sorry, and I'm at the conclusion now that Martell is too far gone. I'm serious. He is too far gone, and if he had a glimpse of who allegedly the man that Mel has, that
Yeah.
would be the straw that would be the push that
Yes.
would send him over a cliff.
Yes. Yes. I
And
agree.
he's not rational now. He's trying to function.
He never was.
Well, okay, let's just give him the
Sorry,
benefit
baby.
of the doubt. But he's not rational right now. And he's trying to function and he just can't because he don't believe Mel. First, he still ain't over Mel divorcing him. And now she got the audacity to say she got a man.
Listen, if in July or June, this man was begging her for his family back, calling them soulmates, definitely not. Not in those couple of months. By the time he was doing all that craziness on the internet where he was like, nobody wants you, my new girl. Your new girl, you ain't seen that new girl in what, 4 months? Please. Y'all took them pictures for that crazy magazine cover that they literally hailed, okay, because they put out a tweet that said, by today, it's releasing today. And I think that was like the beginning of November, like November 9th. They held that magazine. And then after I reported on it and said, what happened to the magazine? It's being held. I actually contacted them and said, I'm unable to find it. I'm unable to purchase it on your link. Nobody responded to me. But when I put that mess up on my page, someone wrote something that who's never followed me. They made one comment like, you can find it on any newsstand. I live in a black city. I live in the same city with the doggone magazine. So no, you can't find it anywhere. I've been everywhere and it does not exist. They literally published it the next week.
Well,
So
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm just gonna be pretty much done with that. I'm just gonna listen. As far as with Martell, like I said, I really think he's on the ledge, and it don't take but one little thing, and he's gonna be gone. And I don't feel sorry, nor do I feel sad for any of them because this is something that you people brought upon yourself. Because I'm still trying to figure out exactly, okay, when I find out what a person has done to me, I'm done with that person. It's just a wrap. I'm not Jesus, I'm not God. I forgive, but I just keep it moving. We keep it moving. And these people are actually upset because this woman don't want to be their friend and they don't understand why she don't want, and that's the mind-blowing thing. That's the
mhm.
thing that blows my mind. It's like they don't understand, they don't see what you're doing, you don't understand what you're doing, and you
Mhm.
find fault in everything. And as for Stormy, her mom is the reason she's having problems, and Tisha mom is the reason she's having problems. And it's just gonna go on and on. But for every devil, there's a new level, and
Yep.
that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, Miss Maritha. I'm going to bring you down. And then it looks like we have Nora. She is the first time on. So thank you so much. I appreciate all you had to say, girl. Um, oops. Sorry about that, Nora. I
It's
did
okay.
not. I took you out there. First, let me say thank you to Bad Apple for the super chat. They said, I'm so over people bringing their self-harm fantasies to the internet for sympathy when they are being dragged. So I did read the comment, but I just want to say that, I don't know what's going on with certain people. I do know that she acknowledges she has the problem. Apparently, it has been ongoing. She shared it with us just last week that she was, it was in her mind to do this year. I know that she has people around her husband, a child. So hopefully those people are watching her and making sure that whatever triggers her, they're getting her where she needs to be. I will say that what we've seen of Stormy so far, you guys, have been her little scenes. We haven't even seen a whole lot of Stormy. We were under the impression she would be a bigger presence on the show following the Whitlows leaving the show and then her making an announcement. I'm happy to be able to tell my story. But in her telling her story, she needs to be balanced. Let's put it that way. She needs to make sure she can do it without feeling any kind of way about whatever's going to come after. Now, I'm very sorry about that, Miss Nora. Go ahead, let us know what you want to talk about, and thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Hi, Diana. You're
Hi.
so beautiful,
Oh, thank
and I'm
you.
so proud that your channel is resonating with the people that it's resonating with. When I
Oh,
first came
thank
across you,
y'all.
I mean it from my heart. When I
Oh,
first came across you, it was because I had just come across Love and Marriage Huntsville and had just gotten caught up at that time. And everyone spoke from emotion. And you seem to have logic with some emotion. Because Mel is our girl. Okay, and we was ready to go whoop something up. But
right.
but I'll say this, I want to get right into it.
Okay.
It takes a person who has been through extreme narcissistic abuse. And I'm about to get emotional. I'm sorry, everybody. Because
Okay.
it helps us to see Mel overcome like that. And a
Oh,
lot
I'm
of us
sorry.
almost didn't. So when I see Mel and I'm able to see more clearly into the LaTishas and the Martells because I've dealt with them. I've faced those types of demons. And I mean, y'all are seeing the result. But to be on the receiving end of something like that, I'm so proud of Mel. It requires that you go inside of yourself
So
and
you're breaking
really,
up just a little bit. I
huh?
don't know what you're breaking up just a little bit. I don't know if you're talking on your cell phone or if you're on
It's
speaker.
a
You
mic.
might need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that better?
You're going in and out just a little bit.
I don't know why. This thing being a fool. Okay.
Do you have something else playing? Because I hear like some feedback in the back.
Um,
It might be
you know what?
controlling your mic.
Okay. Let's see. Is that better? No. Okay. Is that better?
Uh, you just sound like it's a faint. Your voice is
Oh
very
God.
faint. Okay, that sound louder.
All right. I'm gonna say I don't know why it's being a fool. Um, I see them for what they are, and I see the spiritual warfare. That's what we're witnessing.
Okay.
It is not easy. Mel make it look easy. It is not easy. The kind of
Mhm.
strength that comes from overcoming this type of attack, what y'all are
Mhm.
seeing, is Mel's initiation.
Mhm.
Every time they ramp up, watch her rise up. It's happening to
Right.
me. It's happening to me where I live. I am in the beauty industry. I'll just say that. And I kept myself unknowingly now under radar because I had experienced that kind of a narcissistic attack. And I really just
So,
didn't want to.
Miss Nora, you know what
Yeah.
I want to hear your story. Is there a way for you to exit and come back in?
Yeah, I'll ask it.
Just because your mic is breaking up and I really want to hear what you have to say. So go
Okay.
ahead and exit and come back in and let's see if we can get your mic to work a little better, okay?
All right, bye bye.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to bring up Simply Beautiful until Miss Nora can come back in. Hi there.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, how are
I'm good.
you? Okay, what's going on, girl?
Well, I guess we can start with the POS himself, Martell.
Okay.
um, for a guy that prides himself on being this great dad and the dominant parent, what I watched last night on that live was kind of disturbing. I mean, it was either them being close to the edge of that pond or the fact of the matter that Sugar Mama was walking a distance behind him and he would seem to be more concerned with his life, just like the other parent seems to be more concerned with her lives when she has her kids within earshot. When she cried for her mom, I was like, my heart broke because I was like, I would want my mother too, because who wants to be out here walking in freezing weather, no hat on, no gloves on, no scarf. And it's like the disconnect is there. Like, dude, you should have never been out there. The park was dark. Nobody was out there.
Right.
I don't understand him at all. Like, I'm starting to see what people are saying, that, the favoritism of the children, starting to see it. I mean, you didn't say that boy was whining when he was whining in the cart.
Nah, he's not gonna say that.
Like,
not gonna say that. And yeah, I'll leave it there. I don't want to talk too bad about I want to talk bad about anybody's
to
kids.
me, it was when I guess when Sugar Mama started crying, because clearly she was cold, and he bent down and was like, no, ma'am. I was like, dude, at that point, you realize she's cold.
Right.
You pick her up and you get her out of there.
You would think so. I agree.
She shouldn't have to say, Daddy, I want my mommy, for you to say, okay, I'll warm your hands. Like, you completely ignored the fact that she said she wanted her mommy.
Yeah. That's true. I saw it. I think everybody was like talking to him, like, pick her up, do this.
Yeah,
and
they
he just
were.
ignored it.
I saw the comments. They was like, pick her up.
I know.
Why are you like pulling her through this park? She's cold. Pick her up.
Pick her up. Yeah. So listen, he knows that this reunion's coming on. It looks like we're going to get to see some things, because there's a lot being rumored. And it looks like, from what it looked like and what we've heard, Marsau, Tisha, and Martel are going to take the real hit of everything.
Really?
That's what it sounds like. That's what people have been sharing. I'm not going to share what the things that happen, because we don't know exactly what's going to play out. But it sounded like Tisha, Martel, and Marsau might have taken some things really badly. But it looks like Marsau recovered after it was all done. Like, he was willing to take pictures. They all sound like they recovered. But like you guys were saying, someone said earlier, narcissists are performers. So
yep. Yeah. I know I've heard a couple of things, rumors about what transpired. I want to see why Martel has like his head down, because I know Carlos in one of the trailers asked him, did you ever question the paternity of your child? And I'm like, oh, here we go with this mess again.
Right. I heard him say that too. But it sounds like if this is going to be true, if they're really trying to move on past all the rumors, they're going to bring up everything after the union in order to kill it and then start fresh.
Yeah, because I really want to see about this. Oh, after you hacked his phone, Destiny, shut up.
Exactly. So we'll get to see that. I agree with you.
I don't think Mel's engaged. I do think she's booed up, and I do agree. I do believe she told Martel something in Destin.
Okay.
Because I think it happened after the Scots left. Like, whatever you think is going to happen is not going to happen. I'm actually talking to somebody. And that broke his spirit.
And even then,
I believe the conversation with his mom happened the next day, when the wheels of filing for custody basically started to spin. And then later on that night, he had that table. He sat at that table with her. And it was like, she was looking at him like, dude, I just told you I'm in a situation right now. What are you doing?
Right. Right. I agree with you. That's exactly it. When they all four were there and Mel was sitting at that countertop eating that watermelon or whatever she was doing, and she was getting frustrated because they were all trying to make it seem like it was old times. I like this Mel. I like the Martell and Melody because, and she was like, this isn't us. This isn't who we are. Stop bringing it up, and then she got into her character and she had to sit and play the games and stuff. She was good, right?
Yep.
But I think that putting him in a space with her, the children, and then their old friends actually made him nostalgic for the old days. And he probably did say something. And to protect him, she, pushed it out of there because she even said on her Twitter, she was like, I wouldn't even have brought it up if it wasn't for him trying to attack me like I'm with 100 people. He was the one who was asking to get back with me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I believe her because I saw a lot of people say, well, why does she keep saying that? I'm like, she didn't just pull it out of thin air. He literally just said, I don't want you and you don't want me. Yeah,
Facts.
you still want her because we clearly just saw on that vacation that you want her.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, Miss Simply Beautiful, I'm going to bring you down if that's okay. And then I'm going to wrap up with Miss Nora. You have been great. I really appreciate every time you come up, okay? So when we go live, I hope you are back and we can talk again.
Yes.
Okay.
And keep up the good work. I love your channel.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, Miss Nora.
Am I better?
You are better.
Yay. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to kind of get right to it so that I can get my thoughts out because the emotion came out first. Okay.
People were asking for you. So I'm glad you came back up.
So I want to go back in order to understand how the heck we got here. You do your research and you go back for yourself. You probably can tell me better than I can. I went back a few seasons and I saw in confessionals, not even the show, guys, the confessionals, knowing what we know now, my heart just broke for Mel because he was antagonizing her in confessionals. He knew what he had been doing. He knew the magnitude of what he was putting her through, and she was still protecting him, guys. So that's one thing. Then you fast forward to season, I believe it was 3, and you see where Destiny, I believe, is when she entered season 3 really heavy, hanging with Mel. If you pay attention, now, knowing what we know now or what we're speculating about Martell and Destiny, I always felt that way. I am, let's just say this, I know, I don't want to put myself out there, but where I'm from, I saw Kimmy for what Kimmy was. Everybody got caught up in the, yeah. She told y'all that she learned how to speak that way. She told y'all she was nothing like that and that she had to learn a different way. So she is a studier. She's a very smart woman, very intelligent woman, but she's deceptive. She knows how to play the game. So she'll watch the people she wants to be like and she'll emulate them. She was never Mel's friend. Mel had some things that she wanted. Okay. And he is a narcissist. We're talking about Martell. Martell, okay, from my own experience, from day one, you are their pick. You are their prey.
Yeah. He doesn't see that though. And it's weird that he doesn't see that because even Melody would be like, listen, these people aren't. Remember after they were divorced and they were picking on Mel at the cigar bar and Melody said, Martell, stop letting them make a joke out of you. Like even then, and they started saying, oh, there she is. Mel's always his protector. Mel was his protector in that
That's
group.
the role that you go into when you have because you don't even realize you're subconsciously their mother.
Don't even know that you're doing it. Yep.
Yes. Oh my God. So, all right. So I'm trying to get to now because it's so dynamic. That's why I'm so proud of Mel. And I'm over here like, yes, because I feel like she won for all of us. Okay, he's out there and I have a narc in my family, to be quite honest with you. And they will weaponize anyone who looks up to you against you. They'll
Facts.
weaponize the one thing they can't stand is hearing good things on your name. So they have to twist it. So now
Yeah.
Mel has a dark heart.
Yeah.
But a few seasons ago, when he was speaking on his wife, he spoke about her heart. I want everyone to, that's your homework, everybody. I want y'all to tell Diana what season did Martell actually speak on the good heart of Mel? Yes, he spoke on that.
Yeah,
He
he
spoke
does
on
all
that.
the
And
time.
now, yeah, so now it benefits him for Mel to have a dark heart. But I got to get to my little sugar mama.
Yeah.
Okay, I said all of that. Okay. I know favoritism when I see it. And I know why he's doing that. And it's way beyond, oh, she was the baby that was supposed to bring them together. And she represents Mel's freedom.
Give us the tea, girl.
Okay. Sugar Mama has Mel's spirit.
She does.
Sugar Mama, and what Mel describes her childhood as and how she was as a child, and how her mother allowed her to be her. And, she didn't stifle her. Mel tells those stories, but do you feel, and this is just me asking, do you feel that maybe Mel is hinting at the fact that that's what Martell does, tries to stifle little Sugar Mama?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he likes to take jabs at her all the time for everything. For everything.
That
Yeah.
baby's not protected like the others. And I do feel that he gives Mariah a little bit more love because she was their first child. And she represents probably the height of when he had her under his spell. Mel, that is.
Yes.
Okay.
I
And
agree.
yes. And I don't know what my time is, but I just want to say, if you pay attention to how he treats Martell, Tank, I don't know what other people are seeing, but because I've seen it firsthand on many different occasions from a personal perspective and with other friends and stuff, Martell, little Tank, does not represent the type of boy he'd like his son to be. Tank represents what he could never be, which is very intelligent. No offense, you know what I mean? I don't know what kind of disabilities he may be battling, but Tank is what he wish he could be. He's jealous of Tank. And he is jealous of Well, I don't know how it's going to come out, but I'm telling you, he is jealous of Tank. He's not threatened by Mariah, and he doesn't seem to be threatened by a boss baby, but he does seem to be threatened by both Tank and Sugar Mama. And do you remember Mel saying she knows distinctly 2 of her children that he does not treat well?
Yeah, I do.
She said 2, and I believe it's Tank and Sugar Mama, because Tank is his mother's protector. He loves his mama. He is so intelligent, articulate, isn't he? And
and he's funny. There was a video that he did the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, the girls are always, dancing and bopping around, but I was like, he is hilarious. He has a great personality.
Yeah, and such a little gentleman. And think about that. I want you to think about the narcissist mind. That's Tank for real. That's Martell for show.
For show. Okay.
Okay, that's Martell for show. So he hates that. It's like Tank is showing him up. I'm sorry.
I'm going to show my screen for just a second because it looks like there was something new that he posted, and I want to just play it and see what you guys think about this. Okay, so hold on. Let me put it up. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear it.
He got here and walked in and laid down with her. Who's that? Melanie?
Hi.
Yeah, I want to sleep in the same room. Mariah? Hey, Mariah. Who up top? Who is that? Martell? Is Martell? This is Malia's room. Be careful. Good job, son.
Okay, I'm going to just read the post. He said, looking at the video, you will notice so many blessings. I know a lot of y'all remember having siblings or cousins where we had to sleep 3, 4, 5 to a room at times. Thankfully, all my babies have their own room, but they choose to make a pallet. And I guess Malia made a pallet to sleep there for the night. He said, as we see, Maverick was the first to wake up and he really wanted his siblings to get up. If you listen closely, you can hear him saying, yes, sir, this is the age children learn most things. So let's invest time, energy, and much more effort. And most importantly, love into our amazing kids. Okay. What do y'all think about that? Did you get to hear it?
He wanted some brownie points. Okay, so all right. Oh God, dang Martell. All right. Oh, okay.
Everybody has been sending me these messages
God,
about it, so I
dang.
wanted to send it over.
Can't get a break with this man. Oh, okay. First of all, I'm gonna say something that none of the millimeters. I am a bona fide millimeter. I don't even jump on bandwagons, but I love Mel. I'm gonna say something y'all ain't gonna like. I'm gonna get toe up in the comments. Oh God.
What are you gonna say, girl?
Knox didn't do it. When I saw that child, I couldn't go against the child. He didn't ask to be here. Knox didn't do it. I see people call that child all kinds of things.
Oh,
and
no.
I see people say things about Knox in such bad ways on every single channel. And I'm just saying, listen, we can love Mel without hating the kid. But the daddy, let's get to him. Why does he feel the need? Why does he feel the need to showcase that? This is how you know an insincere person.
Yeah.
This is how you know. What is he doing? What is his point? I just want to let y'all know that this is the age that they learn. What age did you learn, Martell? Listen, I'm going to try my best to be civilized up on this chat tonight. I'm telling you.
Here's what I have to say. If you know there is an age that your child needs you the most, then you definitely would put yourself in a situation to break up the home where your young children were. There's just, you can't go teaching and not saying, listen, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? Period.
He's saying that at the same time showcasing Knox. Where has he ever done this with Sugar Mama?
Yeah, child.
He just doesn't. I hate it. It is
this-
favoritism.
I said this to someone else that I feel like he's doing this stuff to appease the baby mama. I think that
the public,
to the public as well. But you know, she made a big statement like, you don't treat mine the way you treat theirs. So it's almost like he's trying to make sure. And a lot of people, even before now we get to see him, but before that, everyone kept saying, why don't we get to see him? Why, you know, what's going on? So now he's probably, because he looks like he does what people tells him as opposed to what he feels, even though
Knox don't have their own mind.
And even though he accuses Mel of that. But it's like, you know what? You are just as ruled by the internet. I don't know why you don't think you are. But everybody asks you, where's your son? Why are you hiding him? Things like that. Now, all of a sudden, you got to hold him to the point where you ignore everybody else. Like, get yourself together.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a hot mess.
That's putting it lightly. Oh, God, that bald head wonder. Listen, my whole thing is... Listen, I would say this last thing because I mean, oh my God, I've never wanted to slap someone, and I feel like I can't watch Martell because I feel violent. I feel like I want to hit him because he's so mean. So Sugar Mama, her eyes. Oh, that baby's eyes. She's just a sweet baby. She's a sweet baby. She's just a sweet baby, but her eyes look really sad a lot around him.
Yeah.
Her eyes look very sad around him. And I gotta touch on this Betty thing, honey. Let's talk about Miss Betty.
Okay.
Let's talk about Miss Betty. Miss Betty, wherever you are, and I know you watch, I know you clock it. You see my face up there. That's a real picture, baby.
I feel like Miss Betty came over to the comment section a few times, but go ahead.
Yeah, I've been saying it. You're gonna see me, and I'm speaking to you, ma'am. I'll say this to you, Miss Betty. You have the name of somebody very dear to me, and you're putting shame on it. I know what you're doing, and you're coming for Mel. You want some clout. Everybody want clout. But I'll say
Yes.
this, ma'am. It will behoove you to consider what you look like. If you're going to have a storyline or whatever, Miss Betty, make sure that you actually have some business. We heard about the double wide trailer, and I just would like to know that you want better for yourself, Miss Betty. I want you to
Yes.
please, Dyana, please do. This is a real message out to Miss Betty. Please, all right, Miss Betty, listen, I'm laughing because Dyana has a cute smile and it made me smile, okay? But I'm not playing with you, Miss Betty. Listen to me. I am a certified millimeter, and I'm going to need you to get you some business or a business. I promise you. I promise
Right.
you. Get up out that trailer. It's not where it's at. And I know it was really cold. We just had a storm. It's
Yes, we
hard to
did.
be in a trailer at that time. And I want you to do better. I don't know how your daughter is a multimillionaire, I believe. I don't
Yes.
know what's happening with this. I don't know what's happening, and maybe that's why you're mad. I'm gonna need y'all to remember that. I'm gonna need y'all to remember that story. She the face of the city, and that's why y'all mad. I'm not gonna say that B word, Miss Batty, but
Yeah.
I need y'all to understand there's so much that y'all can learn from this woman.
Right.
Be
Right.
inspired. Don't compete where you don't compare, Miss Betty.
Okay. This is the second time Miss Betty had this, some words thrown over her to get her life together, get her
Please.
mind right.
I know you're trying to
Right.
protect your baby, but protect from what? Now, back to you, Dyana. I need to ask you, because you really do seem to have a good sense of things. What in the world? Am I missing something? What
Yeah.
is Mel doing that's just so? Because I told you, I actually personally am dealing with my own weird stuff like this from
Okay.
people who are supposed to have it like that. They're supposed to be popping, and they worried about little old me over here.
Right.
What
Right.
did Mel do? If it's not spiritual warfare, like what I see, if everybody wants to like discount what that means, okay, then somebody give me an answer. What did Mel do that's just making these people go so crazy? Why are they so viscerally mad?
She has a light, and
Yeah.
they all were laughing at that light when she was when she was trying to come up and do everything. They all told on themselves already. They were laughing at that light when she went to audition at American Idol and all that stuff. Y'all remember Kimmy mouthing American Idol to Martell when Melody and Martell were in a heated argument where he had called her all kinds of things,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden he's like, I did support you when I tried to take you to that show. And out of nowhere, you see another woman mouth to a man who's trying to take this woman down, talking
Exactly.
about other things she was doing sexually and stuff like that.
Oh,
And she's over
Jesus.
there mouthing American Idol. That let me know right there. I was
What
like,
can I
oh,
miss and what she wasn't?
child,
Mm-hmm.
that is some
Mm-hmm.
nastiness going on, because you
Mm-hmm.
would rather see her
Jealousy.
torn down. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what happens when people have a light. You know what they want to do? They want to snuff it out.
That must be
And
what's happening to me. I
now that
can't.
she's out there doing everything she
She's
said she was
doing
going to
that
do,
thing.
right?
Mm-hmm.
People are just
And
can't take it.
you're
That's the
right.
only
Okay.
thing that happened.
Okay. Well, I do feel like this before I go. Thank you, Miss Van. I know you watched Diana. Miss Van. Everybody's
Yes,
mama. Let me tell
facts.
you something, Miss Van. I appreciate you remind me of the person who raised me, and your class, your poise, everything that I see exemplified in you. There's a reason you resonated with Diana, because that's what she has as well. And you did a great job with Mel, ma'am. You did a great job with
She
Mel.
absolutely did.
And I just
She
want to say
did.
and endorse this, Miss Van. You hear it from Nora. It's okay if you pop somebody. It's okay if you pop yourself a garden tool called Betty. It's all right. I love you, Miss Van. It's all right, because she coming for her baby. Well, you got to go for yours, and I love you. I love you. You still be classy. That's all.
Absolutely. Well,
That's
thank
all.
you, Miss Nora. I appreciate you
Thank you.
coming back in, and I hope you come back. I hope you come back through the next time I come live.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. So Miss Jeanette Stewart, she hit us with another super chat. Thank you so much, Jeanette. She said, Martell's affection for children is that they're easily controlled. You're on to it, ma'am. and they honor their parents. Yes, he likes a yes, sir, and a no, sir. Narc supply. He wants more kids to have control. So yes, interesting. So Melody is with her babies, you guys. I've been getting all kinds of notes telling me about it. So I'm going to share my screen one more time before I close out. And we're just going to see, I want to see what the kids are up to. And I'm happy that she has the kids tonight. So let's see what's going on over there. I don't know if she put them on her IG page. Let's see. Oh, there they are. They're all watching a movie night with the kiddos. Okay, so she gave us like a really brief a video, but they look so cute. So you guys, thank y'all so much for joining me. I have been on since 8 o'clock. But you guys have been great to me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who came in, everyone who donated to the channel, everyone who became a member. I'm going to have to start putting your names on the community board. You guys have been so amazing, and we had a really great discussion. I'm going to break some of this up so that people can watch individual parts, because I think it may have gone too long for a lot of people to watch. But you guys know that I will be reviewing the reunion on Saturday. And of course, I'll be giving you guys some more videos as the week goes through. But you guys are awesome. And thank you. Look, Miss Paulette with the hand claps. Thank you, Paulette. I miss you, Paulette. I haven't seen you in a while. And thank you to all my moderators, Miss Tanga. I think I made Cookie from the Shy a moderator. Let's see. Thank you to everyone who stayed on with us. We have 1,300 watching, and 1,200 of y'all hit that like button. Almost everybody hit the like button. So I appreciate you guys for that too. And that's it, y'all. I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.